It is time.
Oh dear. Are you sure it's not another 5 minutes?
5 more minutes, please, Mr. Murder Daddy. I don't want to die.
Well, I will warn you ahead of time that, in my testing, the majority of the traps in the Tomb of Annihilation deal anywhere between 40 to 60 damage, so if you are below 60 HP, you are in serious danger of being killed by a trap.
So, in other words, I should start the session by mass cure wounds.
Yes.
I know exactly how I'm starting this session.
So we are picking up exactly where we left off last time. You have entered the Tomb of the Nine Gods, discovered almost immediately that you are out of your depth, and, well, after the nearly party-wiping fight with the Banshee and the swarms of undead spiders, you've crawled out of Moa's tomb, and you're just sitting in the corridor outside next to the central staircase, wondering what you've gotten yourself into, how you're going to survive this, and more importantly, where are you going to sleep tonight?
Alessandra is not sitting at all. Alessandra is lying face down on the tile with the one solitary hit point after barely dragging herself and Onyx out of the last fight. Just lying.
I think the last thing that was said last session was Onyx said to Bobbit, "You don't need to speak."
Yes.
Well, Bobbit's not actually here. Bobbit's gone at the moment. If you look at Alessandra's the one currently sitting there, just lying on the floor, going.
Onyx said to the child,
"Yeah,
you don't have to speak."
Yes.
You've done that to the very talkative one, then.
But you are possessed by Moa now, so hopefully that will provide some assistance. So, what would you like to do? You still have 2 northern leading corridors to check out. You can go downstairs. There may be something within Moa's tomb that still needs to be found, but I think you probably want to find a place to barricade yourself up and lick your wounds for the time being.
Yeah, that licking of wounds sounds nice to me. I'm doing okay, but Zinhorn just saw 2 people just go down.
Onyx would like to find a hole in the wall, curl up into it, and have a short rest.
Well, you can have a short rest here if you like, because we did agree that from this point onwards, short rests only take 10 minutes. Because you guys don't tend to short rest very often, and I feel the problem with short rests is that for spending an hour to short rest in a dangerous situation like this is not something people will willingly do. So, yeah, long rests are unchanged. Short rests, we're going to be following what they did in 4th edition, and they're now 10 minutes long. So, all you have to do is sit in this corridor for 10 minutes if you want, but...
Considering we know for a fact there are already things casually wandering around on the levels below, there's not a lot stopping them from coming up here.
Yes, but on the other hand, you have at least cleared this portion of this level.
Yeah, well...
It's probably not likely that something will wander up from downstairs within the next 10 minutes.
That being said, we also have... Oh, I gotta get Ava's sheet up as well as my sheet.
Yes.
We have Ava and Sir Lucian
Yes.
who can keep watch and give us...
And Zinhorn.
And Zinhorn.
Well, either way, Alessandra Bobbitt have a level of exhaustion, so not a lot of moving at the moment.
Yep. I will
Just a small
also
challenge.
point out that, and this is how Ava and Sir Lucian have been able to see, is Ava's sword extends light out to a distance of 30 feet, meaning that Ava is carrying around a big beacon for anyone who just happens to be walking past.
Also, Zinhorn has a light as well with the
Yes.
flame. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't believe elves... Oh yeah, no, elves have dark vision.
Elves do, but for those who need it,
Yeah.
there is that as well.
Well,
for a second.
Lucian and Ava have been getting along with Ava's sword, but, yeah, so what would you like to do?
I would like to open up the character sheets if my computer would hurry up.
Yes.
Just say, throw it and go home.
No temper tantrums.
You can just hear it's just lots of muttering, just going, everything hurts.
If you can
I
find a
hate
way
this
to
place.
open the entrance that is sealed shut, you can go home.
Yeah, I'm gonna imagine that it's gonna be anything like the teleportation magic. If we screw with that, we'll probably get killed almost immediately.
Well, you could probably
That-
open it pretty easily. It's just that all the puzzle
Yeah.
cubes will have teleported back to their shrines by now.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that shit again. Either way, Alisandra's gonna be lying on the floor and just go, does anyone else here have teleportation magic?
No.
No.
Yeah, Sir Lucian just kicks dust on the floor and
Doesn't
Says-
Ava have,
it
doesn't
says
Ava
as
have,
much as-
except-
yeah, he has passed without trace. And he kicks the floor and he just says, as much as I'd like to go home as well, if we don't press on, I'm literally going to waste away. So, young Bobbit, let us move on. And he grips his sword and holds it in front of him triumphantly, and then winces from the pain.
Yeah,
So-
either way, Alessandra's still just lying face down going, well, if anyone did have teleportation magic, I'd advise that they don't use it. That one use of Dimension Door, something very deliberately tried to mess with where I was going. I don't know who, I don't know where, and honestly, I have no intentions of finding out again. Also, Bobbit's not here right now. She's currently having a tea party with the damn snake in my head that won't let me lie.
So what is affecting Alessandra? Is that
uh,
the point of exhaustion?
she's
Yes.
got a point of exhaustion and she's very hurt.
and
Yeah.
lesser restoration doesn't fix that, does it?
No.
Damn.
Yeah,
The only way to
restoration.
the only way to cure a level of exhaustion is a long rest, though I will allow you during a short rest to spend 3 hit dice to cure a level of exhaustion.
And yeah, I didn't take greater restoration, so I can't heal that.
No, that's fair.
But I do have mass cure wounds, but that'll be my only 5th level spot.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, the one downside of the Were Tiger form is you gain a level of exhaustion after using it, and I wasn't expecting on losing it so suddenly with the whole...
Yeah, the Helmed Horrors.
The Banshee. No, the Banshee was was kind of the waste on that one. But yeah, it turns out changing your entire body structure tends to hurt like hell when you revert back.
It
Oh,
does.
I could have told you that.
Well,
I'm
I'm
used to it,
voting
but-
for a short rest.
Want to take a short rest? Very well.
Mhm.
Zinhorn and Lucian will remain on watch.
Are we able to use hit dice whilst on watch? Or?
Yeah, you could
Okay.
spend
cool.
hit dice. Just your passive perception will be used to determine. Okay, so go
Okay,
ahead.
I'm gonna use all my hit dice.
I don't want to, but I legitimately, unless I roll like I think it's 6 or higher on every single roll. There is no way I'm going to get back to full.
Do we want me to use that mass cure wounds? 'Cause it's 3d8 plus 5.
Just wait until, because I don't see us having another short rest before our long rest, honestly.
Yeah, well, hopefully,
And
but then we didn't think we'd have one this early on anyway.
that's true, but mass cure wounds is also a really good in an
Yeah.
emergency.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Sir Lucian uses his second wind, and then he spends a single
Did
hit
I have a
dice,
second
and he's
wind?
back to full health.
First I'm rolling like absolute garbage for all of these.
Also, I do have one potion of normal healing if you need it as well.
Yes. There are more potions in the dungeon you have to find.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a
That'll-
couple as well.
If you want, that'll be at least another, 2d4 plus 2 health.
Yeah, okay, so that's okay. Let me just do all this math. Okay, so 10, 13, 17.
Is the element screwed up?
Yeah, it's in the links there, M1.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
well,
sorry. I did scroll up. Sorry.
Yep.
I have unfortunately burnt through pretty much almost all of my hit die, and I'm about just under 3/4 now.
I'm going
Yep.
to give you that. I'm going to give you that healing potion.
I
Just
do
in
have some
case.
of my own. I do have either some of my own. Plus, I still have both my artificer spell slots, so I might actually use cure wounds.
That's probably a good idea.
Okay, and then I'll keep it for now.
Yeah, hold off on yours. Yours is actually.
So, while you're standing watch, Zinhorn and Sir Lucian, you hear what sounds like metallic rattling coming from the level below, but nothing comes up the staircase.
Okay, I'm back up to 83, and that's using all my hit dice.
Yep.
I was gonna say, when I get something fun, using all my hit dice plus the cure wounds, I'm at 82.
That's
Because my
fine.
rolls decide to be absolute freaking garbage.
How about Ava?
Ava is going to use one of her hit dice.
Yeah, I don't think she was that hurt. I think her and Sir Lucian weren't hurt too much in the last fight.
Yeah, it was basically just Onyx and
Yeah,
and
Alexander.
She'll use another one because she rolled a fucking 1. That's a bit better. That's 4 plus 3. That's 7. So that's 84. She's
Yep.
84 out of 88. So that's okay.
That's fine. Okay. So you're all short rested. Lucian and Zinhorn heard something moving around on the lower level, like clanking and metallic rattling, but nothing came up the stairs, and so you spend 10 minutes attending to your wounds, have a bite of some of the food in the magical horn that you carry around, and you feel a bit more willing to press on into what is almost certain death in the dungeon. What would you like to do now?
Quick question. Can I actually talk to Moa?
You can at any time.
Okay, well, if you guys are willing, I'd like to try and see if I can ask it questions about the other room, or the other sarcophagus that we saw before. See if it knows anything about
Behind
this
the crystal.
Yeah.
Moa just responds and says, I'd love to help, but you see, we were interred here after we were killed by Asarak. Oh, we know nothing about the layout of this place, though I would hazard a guess that the sarcophagus, being placed on the same level as mine, holds some significance.
Well, if it helps, it's protected by a door made of crystal. It has a giant, would you say it's like a gong or something? That thing with the eyes on it.
A big clay tablet with eyes all over it, yeah.
A large clay tablet with eyes on it, and there's a lot of odd undead bodies sitting in thrones with masks. Would any of that
be an identifying mark for you?
Moa says, it sounds like something that Kerr would be buried with. I vote we leave it alone and don't disturb anything.
Okay, see, you say her, but we don't know who her is. The name would be lovely, by the way.
You hear him hissing,
I don't...
and he just says, "Oh, that's Wongo."
Ah, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, well, it's been nice talking to you. Have fun playing with Bobbit. Yeah. And just Alessandra's still sort of sitting at this point. It's like, so, nothing. I don't know anything about getting past it, but it seems that other altar is, belongs to Wongo.
It might be Wongo's.
Well, might possibly
Moa
be
doesn't.
Wongo.
Yeah.
Do we know
Well,
what
it makes sense because the Wongo was the enemy of Moa.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what a Sue monster is?
You can make a nature check.
Yeah, I want to make a naked check. That's a 17.
So a Sue monster is a primate-like creature, basically similar to a small monkey with innate psionic abilities. They have gorilla-like heads attached to a canine physique with broad chests and thin, tapered waists. They love
Small abomination. Lovely.
Yes, they love to hang on tree branches in the jungles of Cholt and use their psionic abilities to terrify their prey before leaping on them and using their prehensile limbs and bony claws to tear their prey's faces off.
Oh.
I don't see what this has to do with constantly watching us, but okay, that sounds just lovely and pleasant.
Well, fun.
Oh yes, if this all, if
It makes sense that Moa would not want to go there because the Wongo wants to eat Moa.
Yes,
yes,
precisely.
so yes, it's a shame because I feel like Moa's ability would probably be the best thing to get past that, but
Well,
can always
you don't
see,
have to do what Moa says. You're in control.
Yeah, but it's in my head. Yeah, but it's in my head. And... Well, we can always see the rest of the rooms and see what we can come up with.
Alright, so where would you like to go?
It depends. Are there any, like, bones or skeletons in the area around us?
Not that you've found yet.
Okay.
Zinhorn is going to make his way around to sort of here
Yep.
and wants
Yeah.
to have a peek down.
Very well, Zinhorn. Please make a perception check.
That is a dirty 20.
So, Zinhorn, you see the following as you peer down the hallway. You see... where are we? What number is that? 15. Sorry, this is a big area. I have to figure out where I...
No, it's fine. It's
Where I was
fine.
So carved birds soar across the walls of this corridor. Blocking the passage near its northern end is a large adamantine propeller with 5 sharp blades. It's currently still not turning.
Do I notice any like holes in the walls or
You don't
any
notice
eyes
any
that are
holes
missing
in
or-
the wall, but you do discern that the entire floor of the corridor in front of you seems to be slightly raised above the floor where you're standing, almost as if it's a single large pressure plate.
Onyx would have gone with Zinhorn but stayed out of sight of the corridor,
of the
so he'd be next to
corridor.
him. Do the blades look slanted at all, or are they perfectly straight?
They are slightly curved, kind of like how a scimitar would look.
No, sorry. I mean, like, the thing that they're set in,
Into.
the axle that they're set in, are they at an, like, I can't remember, diagonal, like a fan?
It seems,
Or
yeah.
are they perfectly straight, like, more designed to slice or designed to blow
They
air?
seem to be designed to slice. They're not. For one, the blades are far too thin to be effective at blowing air. Each one is only about the size of a greatsword.
Okay.
So it looks like it's designed to chop up anything if it's spinning that passes through it.
Okay then. Would we like me to summon my shadow to try and walk past it?
Well, before you do that, these may be pressure plates, so you may not wish to step on said pressure plates.
Yeah, but I can send my shadow without one of us actually going in there.
That is true.
And I can summon my shadow as often as I want.
Yes.
The thing is, though, if we do set off the like, if this is a pressure plate, we don't know how long that blade will start going.
That's true.
You can guess that if it does start spinning, it's probably going to take a few seconds to gather momentum. Like, it won't just instantly start going...
Yeah, but we don't know if it'll stop.
You don't know if it'll stop, that is correct.
So we may not want to start it up in case we can't get through.
Okay.
Does the blade take up, like, the entire portion of the hallway it's sitting
It does, indeed, yes.
yeah.
Moving through the hallway would mean that you have to pass through the... And you didn't end up finding that secret door in their nose in point.
Yeah, you never actually entered, so you never would have seen it.
So I didn't know whether it was like a space or what. So
Yeah, no, that's a secret door.
Room.
Yeah, no one bothered to search for it, and you never entered
well,
it.
I did, but I feel visible.
I'd like to point out, I don't believe it was a case of no one bothered to search. I believe it was...
no one
Oh, you didn't have a chance. Yeah.
Everything went to shit, and we kind of had to leave.
Yes. That is correct.
So it was it wasn't incompetence, it was merely we didn't have time to check while we were dealing with a banshee.
So how would you like to deal with this propeller corridor?
Is there anything in the roof?
The roof does not appear to have anything in it. It's a uniform roof all the way down. There are no holes of roofs or anything. The only thing that appears to pose... Yeah, just a flat roof. The only thing that appears to pose any sort of threat in the corridor is the propeller that you could see.
So what Zinhorn is going to do, he is going to reach out with his vines.
Yep.
And grab on to the propeller.
Yep.
Like,
so you lash out both of your vines and wrap them around one of the blades of the propeller, and then what do you do?
He's going to get them to sort of raise him up, and sort of just going to like hover closer in,
okay.
Not touching the pressure plates.
Please make an acrobatics check.
Yeah, this dice will do. That is a 13.
Yep, so using the vines as an anchor, you lift yourself slightly off the floor and pull yourself along the wall to the front of the propeller, and as long as you don't touch the floor, it appears nothing happens.
Oh, good.
Is there a way to maneuver through the propeller whilst being raised up?
There's enough of a gap between the blades that you can quite easily slip through now. Would you like to do so?
Before I do, can I see, does the other side of the blades look like there's pressure plates as well?
No, the other side you see that the floor is lowered about at the same level of height as the floor outside the hallway.
Okay. Can Zinhorn make his way through the blades and just stand on the other side of the propeller?
So Zinhorn, you carefully step through the blades and you retract your vines and stand there on the other side. staring down the hallway towards Onyx.
Can I see anything in the room?
The room ahead? Yes, you can. I will reveal it for you. So, this room ahead appears to be some sort of open room, in ways similar to the other two tombs you've already seen. A deep pit opens up at the entrance of this tomb with a stone sarcophagus resting at the bottom. Beyond the pit, you could see 3 treasure chests sitting on slightly raised stone platforms, and they're all of different colours.
While he's making his way down, could I do a Mason Tools check to see if I can find the mechanism that activates this trap? Like the pressure plate?
Also, I let Onyx know that there's no pressure points on this other side.
Yeah. I would say no, because that would be you're trying to dismantle the traps. That would be a Thieves' Tools thing. However, if you could get to the propeller without setting off the pressure plate, you could possibly try to remove the propeller.
How far can I move? How far can I... Nah, we're going 15 feet. Shit.
I mean, you could probably borrow, if you want, you could probably borrow my helipad if that's going to help you.
Yeah, also Lucian's carpet.
Oh yeah, get on Lucian's carpet, because he'll need to get across as well. Ava can get across, and I can get across. So if you ride with Sir Lucian, you could dismantle it from there.
So do you want to call Sir Lucian over and tell him to activate the carpet?
May as well.
So Sir Lucian, you come over, and Onyx points down the hallway toward the propeller, and he points at the pressure plate on the floor and tells you that you can avoid it quite easily if you just call your carpet. And so you grab your carpet, and would you like to activate it?
Sure.
Yep, so Lucian, please read the command word for the carpet.
Do that first.
Wait, he's... he's... There we go.
Beep bom, beep bom, beep boo.
The carpet unfurls and it starts hovering above the ground, and all of you clamber aboard.
Can it fit? Okay.
Yep.
Can it fit all of us?
It can fit all of you, yes. Is there anything you'd like to do, Alessander?
I mean, I had a spell that could have gotten me across without any issues, but if we're on the carpet,
Yep.
as long as we're all past it before we start trying to dismantle it, that's fine.
Yep, so the carpet hovers down the hallway, and so Lucian doesn't get off his carpet because he needs Onyx. Onyx needs to be on the carpet to dismantle the propeller, but Alessander and Ava slide deftly through the gaps between the blades. And Onyx, you're there as the carpet reverberates under you. Please make a Mason's Tools check.
Okay. That is an unnatural 20.
Yep, so the propeller is affixed to one huge, thick central stone pillar, and you see that there's only a couple of bolts supporting it. So you can actually remove these portions of the central pillar, and this will cause the propeller to just fall off. Would you like to remove it?
Yes. I would like to keep the blades though.
Very well. You spend the next 5 minutes chiseling away at the supports on the central pillar, and then you hear a loud clang as the propeller drops off the support and lands on the floor, and all of the blades are all stuck together, each of them attached to a central metal cylinder, the part that was attached to the central pillar.
Metal, of course.
You remove that cylinder, you get yourself a nice shuriken.
Yeah, big giant shuriken.
Can I just, while they're looking at the crypt, can I just keep hitting it with like a firebolt to try and melt the metal cylinder to try and melt it enough that I can just detach the blades?
Yeah, sure. You keep blasting it with firebolt, and whatever this metal is, it's extremely resilient. After 10 or so firebolts, you've made a scorch mark on the cylinder, but the metal does not appear to be any softer.
I was about to say, can I chill touch it as well, but no, that's necrotic, not fucking...
Yeah, not...
No, I have
not
Ray of Frost. I would like to alternate between Firebolt and Ray of Frost.
very
to
well.
try and make it brittle
You
and
keep
snap it.
alternating between the two cantrips, and after a while, you notice a crack running along the side of the metal cylinder. It appears that this alternating extreme temperatures has actually made the metal quite brittle. So you raise your hammer and you deliver a swift pound to the cylinder, and it shatters, and one of the adamantite blades breaks off. And
Oh,
clatters
that's
on
right,
the
it was
floor.
adamantite. I forgot it was fucking adamantite.
Yeah.
I was like, how is this no, yeah, adamantite. No.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Cool, I'm going to take the adamantine propeller and leave the other 3 here, still attached to the cylinder because I don't want to waste any more time, but knowing that they're there.
Yeah. So Lucian guides the carpet into the next room, and then you climb off it. So Lucian folds it up and inserts it back into his knapsack. And now you can get a good look of the room that you're in.
Are there any marks on the sarcophagus that would let us know whose crypt this is?
Indeed there are. A snarling monkey-like creature decorates the sarcophagus lid. Additionally, now that you're in the room, you can determine that these 3 treasure chests are much more than just different colours. It appears they're also made of different materials. The chest on the left is carved of black onyx, the middle chest is made of rusty iron, and the chest on the right is cast of silver and glistens with what you think are tiny little particles of frost.
Do I notice any markings, any phrases, anything that would be like a clue or something as to this room?
No, not in the room itself. Would you like to examine the chests?
So did you say it was a monkey?
Yes.
So that would be...
This might be
Wongo.
Wongo.
I was going to say, you see Alessandra just slyly look to the serpent stuff she has just in its holster going, so, looks like the other room wasn't Wongo's then.
Moa's voice, you hear Moa hissing, and Moa just says, well, normally I'd say leave it alone, but if this is that idiot Wongo's tomb, I say let us deprive him of his, of his ill-gotten treasures.
You do
And then
realize that
involuntarily your arm gestures towards the treasure chests.
Hey, no. You're along for the ride, you don't take the wheel. Backseat passenger, God or not, backseat passengers stay in the back. So, that is exactly.
So it looks like only one of the animals resembles a monkey, so...
Yeah, Sue Monster. So this
Okay,
is most
yeah.
likely Wongo's too.
And the only
So-
clue we have for this, based on that tablet,
is
very
pail of
specific.
water.
No, I was talking about the tablet from the...
Oh, Asarak's tablet, yeah.
Yeah. So we have don the mask or be seen for that other room, speak no truth to the Dune Child for the Moas, which, that went so freaking well. And I assume the one for this one is the keys turn on the inside only.
Yes.
What were on the chests again, sorry?
So the chests are each made of a different material. One's made of onyx, one's made of rusty iron, the other's made of silver, but there are no distinguishing marks on them.
And there was no markings on the sarcophagus.
Except for the engraving of the monkey-like monster, yes.
Did you say something about condensation on one of them and frost?
Yes,
and
there is
stuff?
little frost particles rolling down the sides of the silver one on the right.
Okay.
And as you go up and examine the chests, you notice that they appear to be unlocked and that the lids are all open a tiny bit, allowing you to see blackness inside of the 3 chests.
No one put anything in there.
Okay. Pail of water. For now, when the god comes running fast, he wants to hit the pail in a Jakuli's burrow. Can we possibly do... Well, can Alessander ask Moa what a Jakuli likes making its burrow out of? Like, if they prefer...
Moa says, trees, tree branches. We're hidden up there. No one decides to look up above for a snake.
Okay.
There's nothing on the roofing here then?
There's
After
nothing
hearing
on
that?
the
I was
roof.
going to say, so that these things are all unlocked, yet the clue for this involves keys. Are there any keys lying around that we can see?
You can't see any keys. The room appears to be completely bare, save for the sarcophagus and the 3 chests. That said, the chests are all unlocked, and you don't know what's inside them.
No.
I feel like the Abtal's. Do we know what Abtal's palace is made out of?
No. Oh, you can attempt a religion check.
I would like Ava to do a religion check.
Very well. Ava may make a
Anyone as
religion
well?
check. If we'll
We
see
can
how
make
Ava
one.
goes. Oh yeah, you can make
Nat
one.
20.
Nat 20.
Ah.
Ava closes her eyes, and you see that she's obviously communicating with Mudmore. She opens her eyes and informs you that Uptow's palace was once made of volcanic rock, but now, with Uptow having left Cholz, this rock has corrupted and turned hard and black.
But not exactly onyx.
Not exactly onyx.
I feel like we can rule out the onyx chest. Because onyx has nothing to do with the myth at all.
We've
That's
already
if you
got
think-
enough onyx in our lives.
That's if you think the myth has anything to do with the puzzle. After all, this
That's
tomb was
thing.
built by Asarak, who may not have even been aware of the myth surrounding the gods. He just turned up.
That's true. A fucking banshee and spiders had nothing to do with Mole, so that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah.
If it means anything, says Moa, I do not believe the room I was interred in had really anything symbolically to do with me.
Am I just relaying this to everybody else?
Oh, I'd assume so.
If you wish.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Can we magically, like, could Ava bring her sword right up close, but not touching one of the chest, or as close as we can get to the chest without going up the days?
Yep. So
And try to see in.
Ava steps forward and, flapping her wings to hover off the ground a little bit, she sticks the end of her blade in the onyx chest.
Oh, not
And-
in, not in.
Just
near.
near it. Yeah, she just holds out her blade so that the end of it is nearly touching the onyx chest.
Just to see if magical light will pierce the darkness within.
Yes. The light from her sword pierces the darkness, and through the tiny crack underneath the lid, you can see that what appears to be a gleaming metal key hangs from the underside of the lid.
Can she do the same with the other 2 chests, please?
She does the same with the other 2 chests, using the light of her sword to illuminate the contents, and you see the same key dangling from the underside of the lid of all 3 chests.
Okay. And one final thing I would like to do before I shut up and let other people have their questions.
Please.
Have we tried just opening the lid of the sarcophagus? Because
Yeah, that was my
Banshee,
other thought.
yeah, the Banshee had nothing
Yeah.
to do with opening the sarcophagus before.
So Sir Lucian steps down into the pit, and he places his hands on the side of the sarcophagus and goes to lift. He looks over, shakes his head, and says, "Either you'll need to help me, or there's some way to, more magical way to open this."
I guess I can try and help him.
I was gonna say, before we do that, are there any, like, keyholes on the actual sarcophagus or anything?
There do not appear to be.
Can I roll investigation so it's not
Yeah,
just
go ahead, roll
here?
investigation.
Because for some odd reason, I don't trust the idea of just opening this thing because of how well last time went. That's a 21.
There do not appear to be any holes or markings or anything on the sarcophagus, save for the monkey engraved into the lid.
And all the keys in each of the chests are all the same, like look the same.
They look the same, and they're all hanging from the underside of the lid. Do you want to just go up and open a chest?
Well, the one on the right had the water.
Yes. The one in the middle is rusty, and the one on the left is just onyx.
So I would probably say maybe the blue one.
Yep. So Alice, Santa.
Yeah, it's probably best if someone else does this one because I'm not. I shouldn't be pressed after last time.
Would you like to do it, Zinhorn?
Yeah.
So Zinhorn walks up, steps onto the dais, and opens the silver chest. And as he opens it, you feel a rush of cold wind expelled. And then Zinhorn, you peer inside the chest and you see that it is empty.
The key's still there?
The key is still there, hanging from the inside of the lid.
Xenon's going to get Mage Hand up.
Yep.
Tell everyone to sort of back towards the propeller.
Yep, to the entrance.
And so he's going to step sort of back to the entrance, be in the front, but sort of get the Mage Hand to sort of grab a hold of the key.
Yep, so your mage hand grabs a hold of the key and attempts to turn it, but the key appears to be stuck fast. It will not turn.
What's the key attached to the... Is it just...
It
like
appears to actually be inserted into a keyhole on the underside of the lid, but no matter what you do, you can't seem to remove it or turn it. Your mage hand just struggles pulling at it and trying to twist it around, and it just won't move.
Zinhorn is going to leave Mage Hand on the key, shut the lid, and see if...
Yep.
No.
So you shut the lid, makes a loud clank as it shuts, and then using your mage hand, you grasp the key, and you feel it turn. There's a loud click that comes from the sarcophagus, and now, Alessander, you notice at the base of the sarcophagus lid, one of 3 tiny stone catches pops out.
Okay. Well, Alessander's gonna look and go, aha, so that's how we get around this. So, in theory...
Unfortunately, I can't help with that.
That's okay, I also have mage hands, so I can do one and Zinhorn can do the other.
Alternatively, you can climb inside the chests and pull them shut.
No.
If the Mage Hand lets go of the key, does anything change?
You let go of the key, and it does not slide back into place. However, when you use the mage hand to push at the lid to come out, it appears the chest itself is now locked, and your mage hand can't get out.
And there it is. So, yeah.
And what's the bet that they're airtight as well?
Oh, the good thing is I'm going to then dispel the Mage Hand and
Do it with the other 2 chests?
do the same with the other 2 chests. Well, unless Sander would like to do the third one with me.
I'll do one and you do the other.
Alright, so Alessander, you go over to the onyx chest. You stand beside Zinhorn as he stands in front of the rusted iron chest. You fling the lids open, grasp the keys with your mage hand, and then slam the lids shut. And you look at each other, count to 3, and then turn the keys. Click, click, comes from the sarcophagus, and then you hear a rumbling of stone as the sarcophagus lid begins to shake and to move of its own accord. You have a few seconds to turn towards the sarcophagus as the lid slides open and out steps a zombie lord.
Oh god.
Please roll for initiative.
God, wait. So did we do this right, or is this just a part of the course?
You did it right. You did it right.
But this was always going to goddamn happen. Okay, great.
That is a 25 for initiative.
5,
22.
25, 22.
Ava got a 6 because she rolled a nat 1.
6, yep.
And I got a 17.
And so the only 2 people in the room is myself and Alessander. So Ava and Onyx is sort of like in the alleyway, is that right?
No,
Where-
at the
I
entrance
did tell
to the
everyone to move away, but yeah.
Yeah, but, well,
Yeah.
okay,
No, just trying to get an idea of where people are.
So Zinhorn, you're up first, and as you look at the zombie lord, you notice he's of quite short stature, and that's when you notice that the zombie lord appears to be not human, but the size and shape of a monkey. And as he crawls out of the sarcophagus, he looks at you and opens his mouth in a maniacal cackle. What would you like to do?
Going to... Spaces. Going to look at this creature and say, who are you? What do you want?
Well, first of all, I'd like you to make a con save, please. You started your turn within 30 feet of him.
Oh.
That is a 17.
17, you pass, but as this creature shuffles out, clambers out of the sarcophagus, the room is filled with an awful stench, a stench of decay and sickness, of centuries of rot. And you ask the creature who he is, and he just roars and continues shuffling towards you. He appears to be hell-bent on attacking whoever awakened him from his slumber.
Alright, in that case...
Relatable.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
In that case...
I think we leave him alone and let him go back to sleep.
Yeah, just let him back in.
Going to start off with a frostbite.
Yep, go ahead. He's going to roll his save, and that is a nat 1 on his save.
Yay!
Does that mean he just keels over dead?
But he is going to choose to pass the save.
Oh, God.
Good, he has
Because legendaries.
Yay!
7 points of cold damage.
7 points of cold damage. Lovely.
And then Zinhorn is just going to back up behind the chests.
Yep,
And sort of more behind the blue chest, sort of in the corner.
yep. You duck behind the silver chest as frost particles begin to glimmer off the zombie lord's body. Alessander, it is your turn.
Do I also have to roll the con thing?
Yes, you do.
It's gonna help with this. Does this involve poison?
It does. So you're immune to it, so you don't have to roll. Yep.
Fantastic. Cool. Well, that makes me a happy camper. That's worth the price of admission. Crap. I didn't think I ever mentioned putting my mage armor back up after getting knocked out. Did
You
I?
could do it as a free action at any. We can assume you did it before coming in this room, because you could do it at will. So we just assume it's always on.
I love you. Thank you for not politely screwing me over within the course of the turn, but still, yay.
Now, the zombie lord's already out of the sarcophagus.
He is, yes.
Can I look inside said sarcophagus? Actually, crap, I can't. If this is Wongo, then there's no way it's going to allow me to do anything with it. But can I actually see what's in the sarcophagus?
From here, make an investigation check.
That is... 17 seems to be my number for today. That's a 21.
Inside the sarcophagus, you can see a rolled up scrap of paper, and also what looks from here to be a wooden sword of some type.
Can I mage hand a piece of paper?
Yes, you can. That'll be your turn, though.
I figure if it's written on a piece of paper, that might be useful of some sort.
Yep. You whip out your mage hand, and the zombie lord slashes at it as it moves past, but it's too fast for him, and it zooms into the sarcophagus, lifts out the piece of paper, and brings it over to you, and it is a spell scroll. Would you like to unwrap it and see what it is?
I was kind of hoping it would be something to deal with taking him out, but yes, sure. What did I win?
Okay, you unfurl the spell scroll, and it is... let me just roll for it.
Oh, these randoms.
It is a spell scroll of Gust of Wind.
Huh. So not going to turn off the lovely zombie lord then.
No.
Okay, well, I will look to the rest of the group going, okay, the scroll is useless unless you really like Gust of Wind, but there is a wooden sword of some kind inside the sarcophagus. I might go and hide behind the onyx chest.
Yep.
Yeah, I know it's not as big of a threat to me as is to everyone else, but either way, zombies are no fun.
Okay, it is the zombie lord's turn.
Great!
He shuffles towards Onyx and uses his first multi-attack to make a slam attack.
I have my shield as well.
Yes, you do.
Oh. 19 is my AC.
That is exactly a 19.
Yeah, of course.
So
That's
he
okay.
deals 10 points of bludgeoning damage to you. He is
Yeah.
then going to use his second multi-attack to make a life drain attack. His hand begins to pulsate and glow as he claws at you. That is an 18 to hit, so you block it with your shield.
Oh, pardon me.
Okay, it is now Onyx's turn.
Okay.
Please
going
roll your
to-
con.
Con, right. That's 17 plus 8. So.
Yep, the stench is almost overwhelming, but you're able to continue fighting through it.
Yep. I am going to. Where is my yell? That's a bonus action. Damn. And the other thing I want to do is a bonus action as well. Shit. Wait, is blur a bonus or a full action?
Blur is not a bonus action.
It's a full action. Okie dokie. I am going to cast. Oh wait, no. Well, my smites are concentrations as well. Bonus action. I am going to summon my shadow right behind him.
Yep. I'll drop your shadow in.
Yep. And then as an action, okay, so apparently every fucking Echo Knight ability is a bonus action.
Yeah, that's why it broke.
Yeah, kind of.
No, which means I can't use it as an action.
Ah, yes, that's right.
That's okay, that is okay. So I'm going to take a swing.
Yep.
At the zombie lord.
Go ahead.
With advantage, because I'm now flanking him. Oh, shit. That may not actually help at all. That is a 17.
That's a hit. Roll your damage.
That's a hit. Cool. So that was one-handed because I have my shield up, so that's a D8. That's pretty good damage. That's 6. So that's 10 damage straight up.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use my action surge. Bonus action cast. Which one was it? Blinding Smite.
Yep.
And then I'm going to swing at him.
Go ahead.
Yes. Oh no.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Onyx is not fucking around this time around.
Okay, so the physical damage was 20, because that
Yep.
was 6 plus 4, doubled.
Jesus.
Now, does my spell's damage double?
Your spell's damage is not. It's not part
Does
of
not?
the
Okay, that's fine. That's still 3d8 of radiant. I just didn't know because it activates when you
Yep.
actually hit.
You do
so
get to
yeah,
double
that's
that though, because it is radiant.
Oh, cool.
Oh shit.
I'm going to use my meta magic to spend one sorcery point to re-roll my 2 1s
Yep.
Please do.
to a 7 and a 6. Holy shit. So it's 6, 12,
We might not need to fight this thing after all.
19, 38 damage,
Yep.
radiant.
The light
that
blasts the zombie, knocking him off his feet. He scrambles back up off the floor, but you notice that he's now covered in burning scorch marks.
Okay, and he has to make a Constitution saving throw or be
Yep.
blinded unless he,
He
resists
got
if
a
he has more than one.
19 on his con save.
That's a save. And then I'm just going to cause my shadow to attack as well.
Yep, go ahead.
Because you can.
Get him.
That's 19 plus 9, so, 28.
That's a hit, yeah.
11 damage.
11 damage. He's looking quite beaten up. At the end of your turn, he uses his legendary action to make a life drain attack on Ava.
Oh,
Dick.
That is a nat 20.
Shit!
Oh,
Ava
oh.
takes 12 points of necrotic damage, and she must make a con save, please.
Yeah, okay, so it's a con save, did you say?
Yep.
Oh, fuck off with that. I'm going to use one of her inspirations.
Yep, go ahead.
That's better, that's 19 plus
19, that's a
con,
pass.
22.
That's a pass. That is now not her max HP.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, it is Sir Lucian's turn. So Lucian runs up and swings his sword. D20 plus 11.
Why does
That
it
is a
sound
nat 20 from Sir
Oh
Lucian.
my God.
A D8 plus 8. That is 20 points of damage. He brings his sword down on the zombie lord's head, neatly cleaving through its bony, sinewy neck, decapitating it.
Just hear from like one of the chests, you just see an Alessander pop ahead going,
Well, I was going to say somebody grabbed the sword, but it looks like we had that handled.
The headless body of the zombie lord falls to the ground.
Wow, that blinding spike come in handy.
It did.
that was some fucking intelligent shit. Well, that was fun.
Ava
Undead
didn't
monkey,
even get her
top that.
turn.
It's probably for the best, but yay, undead monkey, top that.
Yeah, a zombie lord is CR5. You took it out that quickly, but I suppose you are a level 9
Hey.
type. So.
And there was a
After-
2 nat
after the shit
20s.
we went through with the fucking Banshee.
Yeah.
Look, after the shit we went through with the Banshee, we deserve that ass whipping.
I know, considering a
We
Banshee's only
deserve to go to
CR4.
this.
So,
Exactly. We deserve to get a win here. Let us have this.
so you're able to come out of hiding now and look at the sarcophagus, and in addition to the wooden sword, Alessander, there's also a second rolled up piece of paper. And you pull it out and unfurl it, and it is a scroll of flaming sphere.
Ooh.
That will be interesting if we need to escape.
I didn't get a word of that one. What was that one?
Flaming sphere is the second spell scroll in there.
Which will
Well,
be...
that's...
In
lovely.
addition, you take a look at the wooden sword. It appears to be a wooden sword. It's about the size and length of a short sword, made entirely of wood, and the blade, as it were, is carved with pictures of skulls and Cholton wildlife such as dinosaurs, and the sides of the blade are ridged with black obsidian teeth. Here is what it looks like.
Oh.
Oh, this is... Oh! Onyx wants.
Well, I don't think I could take it anyway. I've already got
Nah.
one, so...
And you've got the enemy.
Yeah, it's, man.
So who wants to pick it up?
Before anyone takes it, though, Onyx has a few speculations.
Yep.
One, the Sioux monster, Wongo is either a thief or a do-gooder. So go out of the way to help people. Or he's holds grudges. But the other thing is, whoever gets inhabited by him may hate the person that Moa is inhabited by.
Perhaps, yes.
Perhaps. Because they are the enemies in
At
the
the
myth.
very least, the gods will hate each other and may
Yes,
seek to
yeah.
cause conflict.
Yeah.
No,
So-
don't hate me simply by existing, because that's never happened before.
I know that I said I want the sword, but I'm also thinking it might be best for Onyx to take the sword because he's not going to be a permanent party member. Maybe.
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 Once we're out of here, the gods disappear as well, don't they?
Oh,
Yeah, once
that's
you're
gorgeous.
out of here, the gods disappear and the items that they inhabit will crumble away. So these
But
aren't
we don't know
permanent
that.
items. Yeah.
That's-
We don't know that.
We don't know that.
That picture of that weapon is absolutely freaking gorgeous.
Yes.
Yes. But I was more thinking along the lines of, in case the spirits cause us to do things, we don't cause animosity between the characters.
Fair.
So who'd like to place their hand on the sword?
Well, first things first, what are we doing with the spell scrolls? Like, who wants which scroll?
It is Gust of Wind and Flaming Sphere.
I'll take Gust of Wind if no one wants it.
Xenon just pipes up and goes, I can already make a Gust of Wind, and does the drill craft.
Yes.
Honestly, I don't know what either of those spells do, so I'm gonna have to look it up first.
Flaming Sphere causes a sphere to occupy a 5-foot space. You can move it, but any creature that passes within 5 feet of it or ends its turn within 5 feet of it
Yeah, it
takes
gets
damage.
fire damage. And Gust of Wind is literally just a big gust of wind that blasts whatever it hits like 10 to 20 feet away.
Huh.
Yeah, and I'm
A little bit
thinking...
more powerful than my little puff.
Yeah, I'm thinking as a mainline frontliner, either me or Sir Lucian could make the best use of that.
Well, you can
Yeah.
take it if no one else wants it.
Oh, you want Gust of Wind? Take the Gust of Wind.
Yeah. Okay, Gust of Wind. Scroll. Gust of Wind. I'm putting my hand up for the sword.
Anyone,
Yeah.
anyone,
This is Longo, I can't touch it, so...
keep in mind it is a short sword, so Ava may, be able to...
Ava may also like it as well.
Yeah, it might be more of her. I like the short sword.
That's true. She can use it as a... That's true.
That said, if she stops using her sword, if she stops using her Moon Touch sword, she won't be able to see anymore.
Hmm.
Doesn't she dual wield?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she has a
dual
flame
wield.
scimitar and a short sword.
Yeah.
Just swap the flame scimitar out for the...
Hmm.
Longo
That being
sword.
said, though, as and this is metagaming, as long as I'm playing and she's a ranger.
Yeah, so you're not going to put her in
So
melee.
that's,
Yeah.
that's
Onyx-
kind of why I didn't put her forward.
So Onyx, you
Yeah.
go and place your hand on the sword. Now, when I told Kitty about this weapon, she did say she wanted it, but if she's not going to be playing the tomb, then she's not going to get to use it. So, because it'll disappear once you leave. So you may as well take it. So you place your hand on the sword, and red smoke seethes from the hilt of the blade, forming the outline of a monkey with a long tail. With a roar, the smoky apparition leaps at you, screaming, "Let me in! Let me in!" Will you let Wongo in on this?
Yes, but I will mentally punch him in the face.
I'm sorry, it's just all of them mentally goes to that guy holding onto the gate, just going, "Let me in!
Let me
Let me in!"
You let him into your head, and you hear him laughing. "Yeah, let's wreak some chaos!" You have let Wongo into your head. Wongo, the Sioux monster, is violent and deranged. While inhabited by Wongo, you gain the following flaw: I act without concern for the well-being of others.
Oh god!
Shit. Okay, so
While inhabited by Wongo, you can use an action to unleash a psionic assault on a creature you can see within 60 feet of you. The target must succeed on a DC 16 Wisdom save or be stunned until the end of its next turn.
I mean, that's a good ability, but shit.
do you have a picture like you did for Moa?
I'm bringing it up. In addition, the sword is a +1 Obsidian short sword.
Okay.
It's an ordinary short sword. It grants +1 to attack and damage rolls. In addition, on a roll of 19 or 20, it deals an additional 2d6 slashing damage.
Okay. So roll 19 or 20 equals 2d6 slashing. Did you say?
That's correct. Yep, and it does not require attunement.
That's just lovely.
Okay. So short sword. I need to look up the stats for a short sword now.
Yep.
1d6.
1d6 plus strength or dex mod.
Okay, cool.
And it's light and finesse.
Okay, that means I'm getting rid of my claws.
Oh god, I can imagine you just sitting there now with it's a kobold with a freaking deranged grin on its face going, "This can only end well."
Yeah, holding an Aztec obsidian sword.
That's a freaking paddling.
That's if I use my strength, that becomes a +9 because it's +1. Awesome. So it's basically the same as my warhammer, just slightly less damage.
Yep, and the bonus on 19s and 20s.
Yes.
So roll high and it won't matter.
Yeah. There appears to be nothing else left in Wongo's sarcophagus, and as Onyx just holds this obsidian sword in front of him, appreciating it, you hear a hiss inside your head, Alessander, and Moa says, "Why bring that idiot along? He's going to destroy everything!"
Look, as long as the thing we're aiming to destroy is Asarak, we're all on the same side. So if we can keep the bickering to a minimum, that would be fantastic. Just sit with Bobbit.
Bah! I don't trust anything that kobold or his passenger say or do from now on.
Well, that's lovely. Thank you for your opinion. Back in the box. Honestly, at this point, it's just nice to see someone else with a voice in their head.
I love that I now actually get to play the way that I accidentally played Bob.
Yeah.
I have a reason for it.
Meanwhile, Onyx, in your head, you just hear, "Yeah! If I ever get my hands on that snake, I'm gonna smash him into the ground and bite his head off."
Wow. This is going to be such a great tag team from now on.
Oh my
I was gonna
God.
say, you're just sitting there, just staring off into space, and all of a sudden it's going, "First time, huh?"
I'm not staring off into space, I'm wild-eyed giggling.
Oh, good.
Zinhorn's just looking on going, this is going to be an interesting turn of events.
You just see outside look over at Zinhorn going, and just think, there's 7 more to go.
Who's going to be infected by a parasitic god next?
And I'm going to crush all their sarcophaguses and loot the treasure! Shouts Longo in Onyx's head.
I was going to say, does Onyx even tell us about any of this shit?
Oh no, I'm just giggling now.
We might want to leave him at the back when we're dealing with puzzles.
Quick question. The blades of the fan, how big did you say they were?
About the size of a great sword each.
Would you let me, during a long rest, use my Mason's tools to make a handle for one of the blades to make a greatsword?
Yes, I will allow you to do that.
That sounds fucking badass.
Which means I would get a adamantine greatsword.
Yes.
Dear God.
Wouldn't be magical, but it'd still be an
Wouldn't be
adamantine
magical.
greatsword.
I'm sorry. It can be magical. I can make
Oh,
it
yes.
so.
And being made of adamantine, it would actually be very useful in another room in this dungeon, because
I'll just
adamantine
use-
gets
yeah.
automatic critical hits against inanimate objects.
Yes.
So
well,
they're really
I can-
good for smashing things.
Yeah, so, oh god, that's perfect for him at the moment. But yes, I can just use enhanced weapon to turn it into a +1 weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, the crazy train.
We may have a way of breaking through crystal now.
Yes.
Ooh.
If that's the way you'd
Isn't
like to
that
take.
fun? I mean, I'd rather not, but if he decides to swing out and we can't stop him, that's
Well,
probably what's gonna happen.
We do have another pathway that we
You might
don't
want to
know
do that
about.
first.
You're to try. Yep.
Onyx is going to go back to the fan and start trying to get the other blades, while the others do whatever they want to do.
Someone's going to make his way back to the outside to
And I will be right back.
out to here without treading on the pressure plate, just in case.
Yeah, well, as you're walking out, Sir Lucian just casually climbs over the wrecked fan and steps on the pressure plate. It sinks into the floor, and you hear a loud click, and then there's just a as what's left of the cylinder tries to turn but can't. So Lucian just shrugs and scoffs and walks out to join
Well,
you.
I'm glad there's no gas that came out of that.
I mean, gas isn't the worst thing in the world.
Well, depends on whose gas.
Doesn't really matter either way for me.
So what would you like to do now?
So Xenon wants to just look down into the hole, because we did leave that thing down there. Just want to make sure that there's nothing climbing, because we heard the metal.
Yep.
From inside.
So make a perception check, please, Zinhorn.
And let's go with this dice. And that's a 17 plus 9, so it's a 28.
You lean on the stone balcony and peer over it, and you see that there are 3 helmed horrors patrolling the balcony on the lower level, which appears to be the source of the clanking metallic grinding. But they appear to have no interest in coming upstairs.
Sure. Zinhorn's going to cautiously make his way around
Yep.
to here.
Yep. So at the foot of this exceptionally clean-looking hallway with the roof that slopes down to a height of... Sorry. Gonna sneeze.
Gesundheit.
Thank you,
Yeah,
excuse me. 5 feet.
So Zinhorn is going to have a bit of a look around, make sure that there's nothing, and then he's going to start making his way in.
Yep. So, Zinhorn, you look around, you see that the corridor is completely clear. In fact, it's strangely clean, and as you take your first step into it, you hear coming from further down the corridor, a sickening squelching sound.
Oh, fuck.
What would you like to do?
No. Oh, God.
Sorry, I'm metagaming freaking the fuck out because I know what this is in my head, but I can't say that loud because Alessandra probably doesn't.
You want to step...
I mean, last session I tried walking down there and heard the same
Yes,
thing.
heard the same sound, so...
Yeah, I know, but the fact that he's describing the hallway now as, like, ridiculously clean, I'm pretty sure I know what that is now.
Zinhorn, do you want to step into the hallway?
Yes.
Okay. Zinhorn steps into the hallway, and as he does so, the squelching sound gets louder and louder, almost as if whatever's making it has detected an intruder. Please roll for initiative. There is a monstrous
And
gelatinous
there is.
cube in the hallway.
Well, I do hope someone answers that phone.
That is a 16.
16.
That is an 11 for Alessandra, who...
Did you want me to because I'm so far away?
Yes, still
And
do it.
Probably
It's
just
it's
gonna be
true.
bashing it. I still gotta roll for Ava as well anyway.
Yep.
I imagine Onyx is probably with us now after he's gotten the blade.
No, he's still... No,
I'm still trying
he
to break
was
the blades.
still-
It's
so
taking a
remember
while.
it-
That's probably for the best.
Yeah,
'cause
remember
I'm
it
sure
takes
he
like
just runs
10
through
minutes to break one off, so...
Okay,
So
well,
Ava got 23 and Onyx got a 9.
Yep, okay, so Ava's up first.
Oh, she's going to ready an action for when the cube comes around the corner and shoot it.
Okay, very well. Zinhorn, you're up next.
Zinhorn's going to prepare a frostbite.
Yep,
Good
when it
old-fashioned
comes around the
frostbite.
corner. Very well. It is the enemy's turn. The monstrous cube comes around the corner. Ava fires at it.
Yep, okay. That is a longbow is a plus 10, so that's 19.
19, that's a hit. Roll the damage.
D8. D8, there it is. 9. It's metagaming to ask, but can it take psychic damage?
It cannot take psychic damage.
Cannot take
you
psychic
got a
damage.
brain.
Yeah, fair enough. So, yeah, that's her turn, because reaction is only, you don't get your extra attack.
Very well.
So, that's
Okay.
Ava's turn.
Zinhorn, make your reaction, please.
Needs to make a con save.
It does make a con save. Let's see. That is a 29.
Oh, plenty of con there.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay because I've rolled 2 6s. So that's 12 points of cold damage.
12 points of cold damage, nice. And as this cube comes around the corner, you notice that even though it's the same size as a normal gelatinous cube, it seems somehow denser. You could just vaguely make out shapeless objects floating around inside it, but the ooze is so thick that you can't see what they are.
It's a condensed cube.
Yes!
It's
And
Power squared.
as it slides along the
Power's
floor,
cubed.
as it slides along the
I'll be
floor,
back.
the monstrous cube moves with a speed unlike any you would expect from a creature of this type. Uses its full 30 feet of movement and slides up towards Zinhorn. I need Zinhorn to make a dex save, please.
Oh, it gets that fucking far in one go? Oh, shit.
I'll be right back, and if it gets to Onyx's turn, he's just smashing it to try and get that blade.
Dex save is an 18.
18. You get out of the way, Zinhorn, and as it goes past, it lashes. It spits out a globule of acid at you, and you take 7 points of acid damage.
I'm
But
going
it does
to
not
use
engulf you.
absorb elements,
Yep.
which will mean that... Oh wait, can I do that because I held my turn, or is it...
No, you... Oh, yeah, you've already used your reaction, so you can't.
Yeah,
Yep.
can't do that with that. You use your
Bugger.
But you duck, you
That's
jump
fine.
backwards as
7
it
points.
slides towards you and only get a bit of splash, well, a little bit of splash damage from the globule it spits out as it moves past. It is
How
Onyx's turn, and you can hear him in the background just blasting the remnants of the propeller with ray of frost and firebolts over and over. His turn is done. It is Alisander's turn.
Well, didn't think it was going to move that much, otherwise I was going to try and slow it down, but,
But did it go past me, or did it just push me
It
past?
just pushed you back. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's going to try to engulf you again next turn if you don't move.
And you said it moved 30
It moves
feet,
30
yeah?
feet, yes. It's a fast cube.
Yeah.
Normally they move 10
so-
feet.
Yeah. Either way, I can't do it 3 times faster. Jesus Christ. Either way, Alessander is like, everyone needs to get out of this thing's way right now, and is just going to casually move her. How far do I move? I'm pretty sure mine's 30 feet. Feels like 30 feet.
Yep.
So just 30 feet, unless it takes an action for me to activate my helipack, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
I don't exactly want to fly over the top of this friggin' massive ass ravine. That being said, it would be nice, it'd be smarter than staying directly in the path of this cube. How many spells I've used in bonus action?
So, anyone dead yet?
No, it nearly
no,
engulfed
no.
Zinhorn. Onyx is just bashing away at the cylinder. Alisander is going to move away from the cube.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just activate my helipack as my action, and then just fly 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30... Yeah, I'm literally gonna fly across to the other side.
Yep,
back
right
to
over
White
across
Pool.
the ravine to where
Yeah,
Onyx
pretty much
is.
back over to there. And Alisander's like, if you have any common sense, get out of its way now!
It is Sir Lucian's turn. Sir Lucian's gonna hurl a javelin at it.
Or move and run.
Just start cutting it up into smaller pieces.
He
good.
rolled a 15, that is a hit, so
I'm not getting close to the damn
8.
thing.
That is 10 points of damage. He hurls another javelin, that is a hit. So he deals 22 points of damage to it altogether, and then he runs into this corridor here, away from the cube. It is
Yay.
now Zinhorn's turn.
Ava will
Oh, sorry,
lose.
Ava's turn.
Oh, I don't want her flying and staying over the top. How far is her flying speed? 50 feet. Just give me a second, I'm just measuring distances.
Now you can make it straight over to where Bobbit is, the Alessander is. It's far enough across.
Okay, I'm gonna get her over here.
Yep, straight over to where... Yep.
Yep.
Ava,
That's 40 feet of flying.
Ava flaps her wings and flies over the 100-foot hole.
Yep.
Blood Zinhorn.
And then she's gonna fire both her arrows at
The cube, go
the
ahead.
cube. That is a 12 and a 28.
12 and a 28, both are hits. Roll the damage.
Because she rolled a 2 on one of those. So both of those.
Luckily, it
hits.
only has an
Awesome.
AC of 6.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's a giant squishy cube. It's just getting near it's a nightmare.
So that is a 9 and a 14.
Damn.
Yep, not bad at all. You see her arrows sink into the ooze, and you don't even know if she's done damage, but you see the cube just flinch a little bit. So, you assume that at the very least this is doing something. It is Zinhorn's turn.
So Zinhorn's going to do something he hasn't done yet.
Yep,
He has his beautiful shield.
yes. He's going
He's
to try
going
and
to
push
put
the
the
cube
shield up,
away.
and then he's going to shove the cube
Yep,
and expel one of its slots to knock it further back.
yep.
The-
Oh, I forgot you could do that.
You blast the
Yeah.
cube back 10 feet as it goes back into the small corridor, squelching as it just deattaches from your shield.
And then he's going to run 35 feet away.
Yep. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay. It
Perfect.
is the cube's turn. Continues squelching out of the corridor. And then, when it reaches the end of the corridor and slides out, no longer confined by the spaces of the corridor, it suddenly expands to 15 feet in height and length.
It expanded exponentially. Oh
And then
I
moves
think, oh no, we have become
5,
Era.
10, 15, 20, and it can't move any further than that. It is now Onyx's turn.
no! Onyx is gonna.
Crap.
Onyx is gonna roll a perception check
Yep.
to see if he hears anything.
Wait, wasn't that? I thought it was before Onyx. Or was I after?
No, you're after Onyx.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 1 on my perception.
Yeah, you're
that
just-
is so.
You
fitting.
would hear the shouts. You would hear the shouts of "Get away from it! Get back!" But all you can hear at the moment is "Yes, yes! Smash the metal off!
Smash.
Destroy it! Crush it!"
I'm just imagining
Right.
like those war movies where it's like one
Yeah.
guy's reading a book or something.
Everything
The
else
background
is-
someone's getting their ass kicked.
So it is Alisander's turn.
Okay, cool. Well, it's a good thing that this spell has 60 feet of range. She's gonna hold her hand out and cast Death's Grasp over at where this cube is. So basically, it's a 20-foot square. So I'm gonna have to go from there, pretty much 4 squares, or just
Yep.
in that particular area.
Yep, it's as long as
Pretty
it's
much,
in
yeah,
the
actually,
area of the
yeah.
token.
Yeah, as long as it's in that area, it's difficult terrain, and it has to make a dex saving throw or take necrotic damage from the spectral hands. when
Okay, it's going to make a
Yeah, but
dex
then it's
save.
that
It's
one.
very
Huh?
terrible at dex. It
why
rolled
I was
a
hoping on-
2.
Great, I was kind of counting on that because I figured it'll slow its already freaking ridiculous movement speed down, and now it takes damage. Ooh, this is gonna be good. 5, 6. Roll that again because it decided to stop halfway through. Okay, wow, that was 2 6s and a 5, so that's 17 points of wait. Does it do extra damage for level ups? No, it's still just 3d6. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be 17 points of necrotic damage as the spectral hands sort of just like poke you into the gelatinous body.
Yep.
Hopefully it slows it down.
It is Sir Lucian's turn. He hurls 2 javelins at it again, hitting it for 18 points of damage, and then runs to the back of the corridor he is in.
I just realized a terrible thought, but I'm not saying it out loud because I'm not giving you any ideas unless you
It is now Ava's turn.
Ava is still far enough away that it can't reach her,
Yep.
she hopes. So she's gonna fire another 2 arrows at it. 15 and 25 and 26.
Those both hits.
2d8s. That was a 14 and a 12.
Ooh, nice.
And then she's going to fly over next to Alisander.
Yep. Okay, it is Zinhorn's turn. Staring down against this giant gelatin terror, what do you do?
First and foremost, Zinhorn is running 35 feet away.
Yep.
can.
10, 15,
Fault.
30, yep.
And next up, Zinhorn is going to call lightning.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, freaking
Like,
murder.
I've been saving my spells. It seems like it's time to use a spell.
Yeah, definitely a good idea. Murder the bastard.
Luckily, there are cracks in the roof so that there's enough sky.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's a good.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's.
That said, you don't need a sky to... yeah, it fails if you can't see a point in the air where the storm cloud could appear, but luckily, on the top level of the dungeon, there are hairline cracks in the roof allowing bits of sunlight to filter through, so you can actually pass that in here.
Yay!
So he's going to make his dex
Oh.
save. That is a -1.
It just sits there going, cube.
So that is 3d10. I got a 9, a 9, and a 6. So
Ooh,
that's
nice.
24 points of thunder damage.
You notice a significant portion of the gelatin has been burned away by the lightning, but the cube keeps advancing. It makes a huge squelching sound and expands to the size of 30 feet.
Oh,
And then 5, 10, 15. Zinhorn, please make a dex save.
Hang on. Remember, moving through the 10 feet or so of difficult terrain, movement speed's reduced.
Ah, yes, but it's still big enough that it's able to just get close enough to Zinhorn, so make a dex save,
Up the
please.
edge of this.
Wait, how is it able to move on that tiny ass ledge when the rest of it's hanging over the side?
Because as long as a part of it is attached to the ground, it's able to keep sliding along the ground. I will just read the ability of the monstrous cube. The cube expands to take up its entire space, increasing by 15 feet every turn. It will keep doing this until it fills the entirety of the space.
We have made a serious mistake here.
So yeah,
I think it's going to fill up to the point where it's going to basically just drop
Yep,
through the freaking middle of the damn
it
hole.
will, and then it will keep expanding until it fills this entire stairwell.
Well,
Oh.
if it falls down there, then it's going to kill the hell things down the bottom.
We can only hope.
Zinhorn, you
What?
need to make a dex save, please.
That is a 19.
A 19, and it is now triple size, so the DC is 21. So with
Oh.
a whoop, you get sucked into the monstrous cube,
Well, he's
and
dead.
you take... Wait. Golf, you take 13 points of acid damage, and you are now engulfed inside the cube. It is...
No.
Can
Onyx.
I use absorb elements from inside?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
are there any animals that are immune to acid?
No.
So with
Not
absorb
really.
elements, that is 7 points of acid damage.
Oh, this is bad. This is
And
bad.
yes, that is exactly the gif of Onyx at the moment.
And now that you're
Yeah.
inside the cube, Zinhorn, you can actually see what those misshapen objects are. There appear to be the remains of at least 20 people floating around in here.
Jesus.
It is now Onyx's turn.
I'm gonna roll a perception.
Yep.
This is the scariest sentient Roomba I've ever seen.
That's a 4.
Oh, for
Keep
fuck's sake.
smashing, destroy the metal, get it! That's Onyx's turn. It is Alisandra's turn.
See, this is fun. I kind of want to call Onyx in to help, but I know for a fact that Wongo's just going to dive that idiot headfirst into the fucking cube. So I'm not going to call after him. What the actual fuck? I am, however, going to move into a corridor, so if it keeps expanding, it's not going to kill me the second it gets to that point.
Yeah. Yeah, and furthermore, if it wants to come after you, it'll have to shrink down in size again. Which might
Yeah,
take more than one turn.
Yeah, no shit. Because this is, we can't really do much about this now. As much as I want to help Zinhorn, I don't know how to get him out of there, and I'm immune to poison, not acid, so it's not like I can go in after to help. I don't have any spells that help with that sort of deal. Death's Grasp, I'm just gonna stop that, because there's no point in me keeping that going. That's a concentration spell, so I can just bugger off. Okay, I don't really know what to do here, but anyway, going to move
Damage.
into this corridor over
Yep,
here. How far
yep.
away from this thing am I at the moment?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. Considering its
Wonderful.
full size.
Cool. So Toll of the Dead's still gonna work on it.
Yep.
Actually, Oh, son it. I'm gonna need to do this one. I'm gonna pull out the Wand of Magic Missile. I was kind of hoping to,
Save
this,
it,
but this thing kind of needs to freaking die now before it becomes anything worse. And yeah, son it. 6th level Magic Missile. Just, I don't want to play with this thing anymore. This thing is dumb. So just
Go ahead,
Magic
roll
Missile.
that.
So that is 11. That was 11 for a 6th level, isn't it?
Yep. 11d4 plus 11.
Roll 11d4 plus 11. I really hope this thing. I don't know what I'll do. That's 41 points of force damage.
41.
That's actually a
Ooh,
pretty
that's
decent
actually
roll.
a very decent roll, but the cube is still
You know,
coming.
shit.
It is
I know.
Ava's turn.
Get Ava
Like, no
more
kidding, these
points.
monstrous cubes have nearly 200 HP.
Oh,
Well, come
what?
on.
Oh, what
It's not-
spells does she have?
Oh, wait, it
Uh.
is. Sorry, it's Lucian's turn. And he's gonna hurl
Yep.
2 javelins at it. He misses with one, but nat 20's on the other, and deals 18 points of damage to it. Now it is Ava's turn.
I'm just looking up a spell.
We still have to try and get Zinhorn out, and I don't know how we're gonna do that. How you doing, Zinhorn?
I'm reading.
meanwhile, inside the cube. Oh!
Okay. Apparently I'm yelling really loud because Kitty just messaged me saying stop dying.
Well, why don't you tell her there is a 30-foot, tall gelatinous cube that's advancing towards her?
That's getting bigger with every goddamn fucking turn.
Yep. It has no upper limit of its size. The stat block just says it fills the entire space it's in.
I don't
Yeah.
know who it's gonna go for first, Lucian or... Ava is going to cast Spike Growth.
Yep. Along the
it's
bottom.
a 20. Yeah, it's a 20-foot. Hold on. Where is it? 20-foot radius
Yes.
centered on the point. So I would like to try and get as much of this walkway as possible. Spiked.
Okay, well, okay, so if it moves that way, it's going to take some damage.
Yep, and then she's gonna fly to behind Alessander.
Yeah, that's probably wise. Okay,
Spike growth is an action, so yeah, that's her entire turn because it wasn't an attack. Bonus action, she doesn't really have anything. She's going to mark this thing as her favorite foe.
okay, it's a good
Might as
idea.
well. Yeah.
And then that's her turn.
Okay, at the start of Zinhorn's turn, Zinhorn, who is trapped inside the cube, takes 24 points of acid damage.
Shit.
Zinhorn, you can try to escape if you'd like.
I'm assuming this thing is basically, it's not like a water, it's more of an acid.
No,
isn't
no,
it?
it's acid. So you'll need to make a strength save to try to
'Cause,
escape.
yeah, I was trying to see I've got things that breathe in water but not breathe in acid, so... And you said it was 24 points.
Yes.
Ooh.
Resistance. I have resistance. Oh, so it's part of the start of my turn, isn't it? Okay. Okay, never mind. Cool. So strength save, you say? That is
Yes.
a 19.
That is a 19, and Zinhorn, you pull yourself out, gasping for breath as you collapse onto the stone floor.
Can he do anything else?
Yes, he can. He can now move, but he can't actually
I would
attack.
probably say dash would be your best idea.
Yeah, get out of here.
In that case, sorry, just going to plan B, just trying to. Can I do I have my bonus action or just movement?
You still have your bonus action. Yeah.
Okay. Going giant eagle and flying 80 feet away.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, run.
That's a good idea. Yeah, fly as far away as you can get. 80 feet away, so all the way behind Ava.
We just see you flying over going shit.
Okay, it is the cube's turn. It expands to the size of 45 feet, and at this point the cube is basically filling up the entire room, most of it billowing out over the hole but not falling as the sides of it are still attached to the walls and the balcony. And then it moves 5, 10, 15, and Alessander, please make a dex save.
Wait. What way did it move?
Up. Oh yeah, it did move over the thing, so yeah, you can do your damage. Spike.
So, for every 5 feet that it travels,
Which was-
takes 2d4 piercing damage.
Yep, so it takes 64 damage.
64.
Yay.
Awesome. So, always on my d4s. There's 1.
And sorry, just do I have to do like con saves for my call lightning?
Yes, it does have to, because I'll get it to do that. That is con save. Let's see. That is a 27.
I was saying, do I need to be able to keep up the concentration?
Oh yes, yeah. Yes.
It took 14 damage from the
14
spikes.
damage. Nice.
That is a dirty 20 for a con
so
save.
your lightning storm is still raging. Alessander, please make a DC 24 dex save.
Dex save. Okay, so unless I roll a nat 20, I physically can't make that roll.
Okay, so you're sucked
Do you want me
into
to try
the
for a
cube.
nat 20?
Oh,
Want
go
me to
ahead.
seriously try for a nat 20? Because seriously, the actual shit. Wait, I'm inside the hallway. How does it?
It's gonna pull, because anything within 5 feet of it can pull, like it sucks you out.
Okay, Panda Dice, please be merciful to me. Panda Dice was not merciful to me. Bye, guys!
Okay. Alessander, you are sucked into the cube, and you take... let us see... 13 points of acid damage.
Cool. Yay.
Okay,
Well,
it
my
is
hell,
Onyx's
that's
turn,
fun.
and now, Onyx, you have no choice. You notice the giant gelatinous cube that sucks Alessander out of the corridor in front of you, and Wongo shouts, "Jelly! Go! Smash it! Boil it! Eat it!"
I'm going to stand where I am and cast Chaos Bolt at 3rd level. I just need to get Chaos Bolt up. So at 3rd level, that's D6s that get enhanced, I think, not the D8s. Yeah, so it's D6. Okay, so I need to make a ranged spell attack first.
Yep.
So it has 6 AC, so I just basically need to not roll on that
Well, actually, its AC is now 2.
one. Oh god.
That makes sense.
Because every time it gets bigger in size, its AC goes down.
So
Okay.
basically, yeah.
Well, that was a 23 anyway, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 2d8s. What damage types do I get today? A 2 and a 3. Ooh. I'm gonna go with cold damage. And then, so it's 1d6 for level 1, so that's another 2d6s. Oh, that was 2 6s. So it's 5, 17, 20. 20 damage of cold.
Yep.
That was my action. What do I have that I can do as a bonus action? Probably jack shit now. And then in preparation, I'm going to charge up a branding smite.
Good idea. So Lucian charges full ahead, standing out on the balcony, and gripping his sword in both hands, he swings at the monstrous cube, and he nat 20s. That is a D10 plus 8. That is 36 points of damage. He stands there trying to hold his sword as the cube tries to suck him into its mass, and he swings at it. The cube rattles and then rapidly begins to deflate as it dies.
Oh, thank God.
I need Alessander, however, to please make an acrobatics check, because you are currently falling down a 100-foot shaft.
My helipack was still active when I got grabbed by this thing.
Well then you're fine. You just fly back out and dump yourself.
Yeah, no, not fucking dealing with any falling to my death, please, sir.
You sigh with relief as you see the bones of about 20 people go falling down the shaft like a shower of bone meal. A couple of them landing on the balcony, just enough for you to form maybe one skeleton out of them. Combat is over.
Onyx.
Yeah, I was gonna say Alessander's just drenched in stuff, just like they're going, I hate this. I hate all of this.
Onyx shrugs and uses the branding smite to hit the blades to try and break them apart.
Yeah.
Hey, I've used this. Oh, I might as well get some use out of it.
The cylinder shatters, and the remaining 3 blades clang and clatter as they hit the floor.
So now I have 4 adamantine propellers.
You just walk out, you just can't walk out and go, what I miss.
Welcome to the rest of the party. Nice to see you finally made it.
You can now proceed down the unnaturally clean corridor. And so you gather your bearings and head back down.
The eagle has to shrink down to fit down the corridor.
Yep, so the eagle transforms back into normal Zen form.
I love that. I missed out nearly that entire fight.
Yeah, good for you, son. Just casually chilling in the background, like, yeah, I'll be with you in a minute. Bang, bang, bang. Just walk out, your arms covered and like holding these things, going, "Hey guys, look what I managed to snap. What do you guys look so beat up for again?"
Then one just looks over to Alessander and goes, "That's an experience I don't want to have to go through again."
Can I just get a little bit of clarification, Dale?
Yep.
When it says I act without the thought of the well-being of others,
yeah,
do I still act with thought of my well-being?
Yes, you do not blindly charge into certain death. You just don't.
Okay, cool.
Like,
so if I had gone to hit that jelly, I would not have used the sword because.
Well, you felt it was necessary in this case because you are still acting. It's only Wongo who's trying to get you to act without concern of others.
So I still would have used my hammer and not my sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
But basically, you act without concern for others, meaning if your actions put others in danger, you don't care. You'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what Wongo
Cool.
wants.
Yeah.
And
I can do that.
at the end of the corridor, you emerge into another room, thankfully free of any signs of monstrous cubes bearing down upon you.
Hey.
This room is...
Oh, pardon me.
Let me see. A rusting statue of a knight stands at the west end of this open hallway, gripping a large iron shield. Shards and flakes of rusted metal cover the floor around the statue's feet.
So who wants to go against the rusty statue?
Yeah, it's Alisandra's just sitting there, and all she can hear is Bobbit going, I miss Bob. He liked statues.
Is there anything on the walls? Is there anything like on the roof? Is there...
The only thing you could see is that there are 2 corridors branching off from this room, one leading to the north and one leading to the south. Other than that, this rusted knight statue holding the big shield appears to be the only thing of note in the room.
I do an Arcana check to see if there's anything magical in the room.
You can cast Detect Magic, then use Arcana to determine what type of magic
I mean,
it
unless
is.
everyone wants to, if everyone wants to sit in the room, do I even have Detect Magic on me? I don't think I do. I believe I left
You have it in
that
your ritual
control
book,
room.
don't you?
I don't think I took that one.
Zinhorn has detect
No, I don't
magic.
think he did because I
Yeah,
always
that's
have
right,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Zinhorn, can you cast rituals, or do you need to use a spell slot?
Well, I don't know.
Druids get ritual casting.
Okay, yeah, so
Okay,
yeah,
so
you
pretty
can
good,
cast
yeah.
it as a ritual without a spell slot.
I'm
It
going
just
to
takes
stand
10
there for
minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my second win just while we're doing this.
Yep, that's a good idea. So as
'Cause it's not
Zinhorn,
combat, I may as well.
as
Yeah,
Zinhorn
might
sits
take a potion.
down and draws a circle on the floor and lays out the components for Detect Magic, you just stop and wait. And after about 5 minutes, you hear a voice from somewhere downstairs. Oi! What's all these fucking bones here? Hey! Come out and clean all these fucking bones!
Oh, good. More intelligent life in this place.
The 10 minutes pass uneventfully, and the Detect Magic spell is completed. And there appears to be a field of some unidentifiable type of magic emanating from the shield, and it appears to fill this entire room. And
Got a
the
15 for Arcana.
Yep, the field of magic emanates from the shield, and it appears to be pulling things that enter the room towards the shield. And with your Arcana check, you determine that although you cannot identify what school of magic this is, it appears to be laced with magnetic energy.
So...
It appears
No
that
metal.
anything that enters the room that is made of metal will be pulled towards the statue with the shield.
So we can't have any metal going into here.
No, well, I mean, I'm not. Do I have any metal on me? I'm not wearing my armor or sword anymore.
With your helipad.
I mean, yeah, it's in my.
I have 4 adamantine propellers strapped to my back, so I'm not going anywhere near that room.
I have a... Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could
If
probably
you
just, like,
and if you're
throw one of the-
uncertain about the properties, you can always throw something in and see what happens.
I was gonna say, you have 4 adamantine blades. Maybe just lob one in there and see what it does.
No.
Well, can Zinhorn sort of just like walk just a little bit, like not all the way into the room, but he's got his iron shield there. Like, is he feeling it like a tug?
Maybe don't stick it in there because you don't know how strong the magnetic. Is there anything
I
like?
don't... Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was gonna say, is there any small bits of metal we have like on us or around?
We can chuck a coin.
You're gonna throw a coin.
Wait, did that work? Gold is
Gold.
magnetic.
Still a metal.
Still-
Still a metal. This isn't like a real magnet. This is a magical
Okay, it's
field.
magical.
So-
Okay.
Yep.
That
So
makes
you
more sense.
grab a gold coin and throw it into the room. As soon as it passes out of the opening of the corridor, it's caught on the magnetic field of energy, and almost seems to teleport to the shield, it moves so fast. And as soon as it hits the shield, it disintegrates, and rusted pieces of metal and shrapnel drop to the floor.
The walls around us, does it have any metal in it?
No.
Can I use my mason tools to make a couple of pebbles? Like break the wall a little bit.
Yeah, to make
Just like
pebbles.
using-
Yeah, you don't need a roll for that. You can just do it with your mason's tools.
Yep.
Break off a bit
and
of
then-
stone.
And then I'll just chuck a pebble into
Throw
the
a
room.
pebble into the room, and it bounces off the stone floor and then comes to rest about halfway through the room.
Okay, Well, I don't rely on metal at all, really. I can leave my warhammer here, the obsidian short sword. What did you say the base of the obsidian short sword was made out of?
Wood.
Wood. I can.
And obsidian's
lean-
not metal anyway. Obsidian's a
Yeah.
type of...
Wait, so you
rock.
said it was magic, right?
Yeah.
Ava has dispel magic, doesn't she?
Do you want her to cast it?
Oh, that's true. What's the range on Dispel Magic first?
That is a good question.
Because if it's only 30 feet, then it's not really.
I will point out this room is
120.
not... This room is not actually dangerous to you physically. However,
And that she
anything...
touched the statue.
Well, anything that's metal will disintegrate when it touches the statue. This includes magical items.
Yeah, which is why it's considered. I would consider it dangerous.
Yes, but it won't hurt you.
How many?
No, it
spell
won't hurt
slots?
me. Like,
Well, if Ava stripped any metal, she could go in and dispel magic without.
No, it's 120 feet. So
Oh,
yeah, she'll
cast
cast
it here?
Dispel Magic on it.
Yep. So Ava waves her hands and casts a spell magic, and immediately you feel a change in the air. Even though you didn't notice it before, you can now certainly feel when this magical field dissipates, and the last few pieces of rust and shrapnel drop off the statue and land harmlessly on the floor.
Horn is going to grab a gold just before we
Yep.
just enter the room and just flick it in just to make sure.
You flick a
Thinking
gold
good,
coin
mhm.
into the room, and it just lands halfway down the room next to Onyx's pebble.
Okay. Horn goes and retrieves gold coin.
Yeah, picks it up. You enter into the room itself, and you're now able to move around freely, not feeling any pull from the statue. And Zinhorn, while you're in here with your passive perception, you do notice that the corridor leading to the south appears to have two different hidden doors. One of them is a floor panel that can be lifted up, which will probably grant you access to the room to the south. The other appears to be carved into the stone wall, just barely visible, just enough for you to discern that it is there. You slide it open and determine that it reveals on the other side a staircase that leads down to the lower level.
Ooh.
Interesting.
And what about to the north?
To the north, you have to. Would you like to have a look, see what you can see down there?
I don't hear any squelching coming from
Don't
the
hear
door.
any squelching, no.
Then yes.
Alright, make a perception check, please.
That's lower than my passive.
Okay, I'll just use your passive. So with your passive, you look down the corridor to the north and see that it opens into what looks like a large circular room, and the only thing of note you can see in it is a bubbling water fountain.
Bubbling water fountain. So secret entrance to downstairs to the south, and bubbling water fountain to the north.
Yep, so to the south, secret entrance that leads into the tomb behind the crystal, another one that leads downstairs. To the north, a room with a bubbling fountain.
Anyone looks to the others and go, any objections of checking out to the north first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Things fine.
Alright, so you all follow.
Be careful.
You just want to go to like the edge, not actually all the way in the room. Just
Yep,
want to
just
go
on
and
the edge of the room. Yep, so everyone
edge
else.
of the room and have a look around first before actually stepping in. Just
Yep,
to make
everyone
sure
else gathers behind Zinhorn, and Zinhorn, as you enter the edge of the room, this is what you see. A large fountain crusted with moss rises in the middle of this circular room. 3 marble maidens stand in the fountain, holding pitchers out of which water flows. And as soon as Onyx steps up behind you enough to see the fountain, reckless Wongo shouts, "Drink it! Drink from the fountain! Drink the water! Do it!"
He's not compelling me, is he? He's just
No,
yelling in my head
he's
to do
just
it.
shouting for you to drink the water.
I respond, why?
He says, "Because I want to see what happens! Do it! Drink it! I want to see what happens! Come on! Come on!"
No.
Just do it! Do it! Do it! God.
Well, guys, Wongo seems to want us to drink the water, but I will be honest, it's just to see what happens. So, you guys can drink it.
with the detect magic, it says concentration after 10 minutes.
Yes, and you can detect that there is indeed magic emanating from this fountain. If you'd like, make an Arcana check.
That is a 15.
There is a mixture of transmutation magic and healing magic radiating from this fountain.
Transmutation and healing.
Yes.
Healing, good. Transmutation.
Not so good.
The water itself appears to be clean and sparkling.
That's the concern.
The healing sounds nice.
Fucking hell. I'm gonna go up. Why would there be a good thing in this damn dungeon?
No.
That's
No. No. It's a no.
Can I drop a pebble in it?
You pick up a pebble off the ground and drop it in the fountain. The pebble sinks to the bottom of the fountain and rests there.
Doesn't work on non-living objects.
Fucking hell. I am Wongo at the moment.
Yes, you are
Drink
Wongo
this
at the
shit.
moment.
I mean,
I will just point out, Alessander, you hear Blinky's voice in your head saying, "I'll drink some, if you like."
Oh, well, nice to finally hear your voice. That's not what I thought you sounded like at all in my head, but, You just see Alice sort of rubbles through her pocket and just sort of retrieves Blinky. Goes, "And if you're sure about this, I mean, I don't know how many days it's going to be before I can bring you back, but I won't say no to a taste run. All yours."
Blinky hovers out to the edge of the pool and dips one of his eye stalks in the water and pulls it out, and then, satisfied, jumps into the water, opens his mouth and swirls his tongue around in the liquid. Please roll a d4.
A D4.
Yes.
3.
Blinky just blinks as if nothing happened, and he climbs out of the water. And as he climbs out of the water, I would like you to please make a perception check.
Is Blinky now a female?
Can everyone make a perception check, or is it just me?
Just you, because you know Blinky best.
10?
As Blinky pops out of the pool and begins to hover towards you, you notice something subtly different. He looks the same as normal, except his single central eye, his eyelid now has long, voluminous eyelashes
Oh, for
dangling
fuck's
from
sake.
the end.
Okay, well, cool. There's 4 random effects, and number 3 is gender bend. Awesome, great, yay! Fuck. Okay, so you just see Alessandra is just staring, going, huh. Looks to the rest of the group and goes, how comfortable is everyone with the way they are right this second?
Well, you ask.
Points at Blinky and goes, Blinky's now a girl.
Blinky just bats her eyelids in a feminine way.
Well, that ruins the voice. That definitely ruins the voice I was gonna have.
Well, hello there, Blinkette.
I'm not gonna lie, in my head, Blinky's original voice was always gonna be Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah.
I suppose as a female, does anyone
still
remember
works.
I was gonna say, to be fair though, if we're going with female, does everyone remember the TV show The Nanny?
Oh.
Oh god, no,
Yeah,
no,
we can be
no,
friends.
please,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
no.
Blinky.
Yeah, just in her head.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Like, well, this is hell now.
Well,
So-
if that's the case, Onyx is gonna go up and take a drink.
Onyx goes up,
Oh,
dips
that's
his
gonna be
hand
fun.
into the water, cups some water in his hand, and brings it to his mouth. Roll a d4, please, Onyx.
Well, this is where the fun
2.
begins. Oh,
A
shit.
2.
No effect.
Onyx, you drink the water and discover it has an extremely pleasant, almost fruity taste, but you don't feel that anything has changed. You turn around to tell the others that the water appears to be safe, but as you open your mouth, no sound comes out.
Oh fuck, how many of my spells can require fucking verbal?
You have lost the ability to speak for 8 hours.
Okay, oh, there goes counter spell.
Huh.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm looking up all my spells.
Yeah. Again, Alessandra looks and goes, okay, there's more than one effect.
And then Onyx, you hear Wongo going, drink it again, drink it again!
I might actually check my spell list.
Is there-
Just
Is there any healing from it? Or no?
No healing from it yet.
Okay.
Okay, so you know, I don't know how many of my spells have verbal components.
I'm pretty sure all of mine do.
I have all but 1. No, wait, 2. 2. There's only literally counter spell and absorb elements are the only 2 that don't require verbal. Yeah. You see V on the component.
Oh,
V is
sorry.
verbal.
Yeah, V
Verbal.
means
So, yeah.
verbal.
So yeah, literally 2 spells. So it doesn't actually heal, despite the fact you said it had healing.
Oh, it might heal, it's just you may not have rolled the healing effect.
Well, good news, mass cure wounds does it. Oh, it is verbal. Never mind.
Yep.
Yeah. So, who wants to take a chance on potentially losing all of our fucking? I mean, we'd literally have to take a long. We'd literally have to take a long rest.
Yeah,
After
so-
that, because otherwise, you do realize though, if that happens, Leoman's tiny hut is no longer an option.
Yeah, because you won't be able to cast it.
Is even, wait, would I be able to cast if I'm only using it as a ritual?
No, still has a verbal component.
I have 2 spells that don't use verbal, and that is Ice Knife and Absorb Elements.
So, this
I'm
is
still
a conundrum.
I'm still going through mine.
Zinhorn's gonna go up and...
Also, there is always the chance that I will drink it again.
I mean, if you want to, you go right the fuck ahead, champ. I'm seriously weighing up my options on losing.
Yeah, because
literally my
Wongo
entire
is
mental
shouting,
health.
ah, drink it again!
Yeah, I am.
Zinhorn rolled a 4.
Zinhorn rolled a
Oh, fuck
4.
me. Oh,
Zinhorn, you recover 2d10 HP.
Oh shit. Okay, so 2
I
is
needed that.
okay. 2 is silence. 3 is gender bend, because of course there had to be one of these in a fucking dungeon. And 4 is heal,
Yes, 2d10.
and 1 is still a goddamn mystery.
That is 14 points of health.
Goddamn.
Anyone starts to talk and go, well, I feel better now.
Oh. Okay, so clearly there was some healing magic in that. So healing, silence, and the other awkward one.
Alessander might become
Alessandro.
Alexander.
Yeah.
And Bobbitt's just going to be sitting there going, hey. Well.
Bobbert become Bobby.
It depends. Is Onyx going to try again? Because I'm kind of
Yeah,
curious.
Is he spells?
It doesn't fucking matter now. You've already done it, so I'm pretty sure your spell list is just broken at this stage.
No, it is!
You're literally just a
Yeah.
fighter now. Congratulations, you're just a fighter now.
Yep.
Hypnotic pattern! Hypnotic pattern! You are my fucking last hope!
So
What?
Lucian just bashes his shield and says, "Don't need magic to fight."
Then your turn is Lucian.
One spell!
Yeah?
Hypnotic pattern!
That's it. That's
Yeah,
all you've got
that's all
for
you can
8
cast.
stinking hours. You are literally just, that is it. That's all
A
you
fighter
have for
who
8
can
hours.
cast hypnotic pattern.
Pardon?
A fighter who can cast hypnotic pattern. That's all.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
all
much.
you are now. You're literally a level like 3 fighter that can use hypnotic pattern. Congratulations. You
I'm gonna drink again.
You gonna drink
Okay,
again? Go ahead,
please
roll.
Feel free to roll a 1 so we know what that does.
2!
2.
God damn it.
Okay.
Can I now speak?
You can now no longer speak for 16 hours.
Fuck! Okay, I'm not drinking again.
Drink again! Again! Shouts
So
Waldo.
you go to Lucian and go, well, you don't need your voice. Would you like a turn?
So Lucian just sighs. He walks up, dips his water skin into the fountain, and then takes a sip. He rolls 1.
Oh.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
He licks his lips and smiles, looking at you, and he opens his mouth as if he's about to speak, and then suddenly he takes 53 points of necrotic damage, which knocks him to his feet. He falls to the ground, wincing in pain.
Spare the dying.
Yeah. No, he's not making death saves. He's still up.
Okay, great. So we have, in order, we have 4 is healing, 3 is gender bend, 2 is silence, which does not get deactivated by rolling it again, and 1 is almost certain death.
Yeah, one is take 8d10 necrotic damage, and if it reduces the
Jesus
creature
Christ!
and if it reduces the creature to 0 hit points, the creature turns to dust.
Fuck that! I ain't touching that shit. Fucking hell, no. No.
You just hear
no.
Wongo in Onyx's head. Wongo is going, "Hey, hey, we did it! Yes. Okay, no more drinks."
I just wanted to see what everything did. Oh my god.
I would assume that during our couple of days together, Onyx has heard about all the vials that Bob had.
Yes.
Onyx would like to take 3 vials and fill them up with water.
Yes. Okay. You can. You fill up 3 vials of the fountain water to use later.
3.
Ha ha!
Fine.
Says Wongo. Let's tip it down the little girl's mouth while she sleeps.
Jesus Christ! I wish I had enough insider wisdom to know what you're thinking. Well, Sandra's just looking at solutions, just like fucking lying, heaving on the ground, going, okay, so that one was clearly bad.
Yeah. So Lucia just
See?
wheezes and goes, "I think so."
Does it taste like banana at least?
He just his head immediately swivels around and just gives the worst glare you've ever seen to Alessander.
Fair enough. My poorly timed joke. See, me personally, I would love to give this a fucking go, but at the same time, no. That's a lot of fucking damage.
It's a
and I could
1 in
potentially
4
kill
chance
me.
of potentially dying.
And since I have less than 80 health, I could potentially very easily die from this.
How many hours have we been in this dungeon?
A couple,
Less
like
than about what?
maybe
like
3.
1 or 2?
Yeah, like
Okay.
2, 3 at the most.
So it's like 12 in the afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 in the afternoon. So it's still too early to long rest.
You
Oh my
can
God.
rest. You're not bound by what time of day it is. There's no daylight in here.
Yeah, no, we have no idea.
Guys, I think we need to find somewhere to rest.
I mean, I know for a fact that it's weird. I was sitting here going, Alisandra's probably concerned. Bobbit would probably like drink it and see what happens, and I have no idea what Moa thinks because I'm guessing Moa would just be like whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
Moa
know.
just says drink it or don't drink it. Whatever you feel is appropriate.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I'm silent for 16 hours.
Dinholm's
Yeah,
going
fuck.
to head over to the secret door on the other side
Yep.
and
Might
not
be-
do anything. He just wants to listen into.
To the staircase or the one leading to the south?
Well, wants to listen out to both.
Yep.
Wait.
I'm just gonna say that this is gonna be 2 long rests, because...
Make a perception check, please.
Mm,
So
That
Lucian's using his
is
second wind, by the
a-
way.
21.
21. So, from the door that leads into the room to the south, you hear nothing but silence, and in the distance, the sound of running water. From the staircase, you hear distantly voices chattering amongst themselves. Oi, it's gonna be time for clean-up soon, innit? Yes, you know the drill, boys. Sweep through the dungeon, remove dead adventurers, reset all the traps, we know.
Oh no.
what? They reset? Oh, fuck me.
So
I
Any
will be
fucking
right back.
long rest, we're fucked. Because they'll
We're
just
gonna
reset
get-
everything.
yeah.
So we cannot be in this room when they reset, because they'll just reset the goddamn
Yes, that's
suit of armored trap.
Yeah.
You need to be in a room that has no trap.
But
Or we
every
could
room
still-
we've come across has had freaking traps.
Not
Or we
every
need
room.
to kill whatever's coming for it.
Yeah. Not every room has a trap. So far the tombs haven't. They've just had complicated ways of opening the sarcophagus.
I mean, Moa's room
Oh,
has
yeah, had a
very
trap.
serious
Yes,
freaking
but-
trap at the door.
Yeah, that
Hmm.
one, yes. But
There's
beyond
not really
it, no
any-
trap.
So that
Yeah,
had,
but they-
Noah's did, the other one had the blade.
Yep, had the blade, which whoever's coming to
Reset.
reset the traps will probably fix.
Yep.
Well, if there's no blades, they'll have to find blades.
Yeah, they'll have
They'll
to.
probably have more. Would they somehow bring back the bloody banshee for
You
Moa's
don't know.
room?
You don't know.
Oh,
You don't
Christ.
know whether the tombs are considered traps or not.
I hate this, both in character and in person.
So, in this room, there was the things that were sitting on where those chairs are with masks on.
Yes, there
Yes.
are 6 emaciated corpses slumped over thrones, and they're each wearing a feathered mask. And then there's 2 bear statues holding up a bronze plate with eyes all over it.
And we know for a fact that the main hint for that one is not to be seen while
Yes.
it is there.
And
So-
we know that Alessander has a way to not be seen.
Yes. If I can get the masks before I get smoked, but at the same time, I have no idea from visibility, like, we don't know what kind of, like, magic this thing's going to have, like, for all we
Yeah,
know,
you don't know if
turn
it
it-
can see through
Because
the invisible.
Linhorn also has a way of being able to reach into the room and grab a mask without going into the room. But he needs direct access to it.
Hmm.
So if we open the door, I can grab the mask off the closest one there with the vines.
Hmm.
And then whoever goes into the room has got a mask on.
Hmm.
That's a good idea. Would you like to do that, Zinhorn?
Have we got any other ideas on how to deal with this at the moment?
Yep. So Zinhorn, you raise the trap door, crawl through it to the other side, and poking your head just out of the rim, you throw forth one of your arms, lashing out one of the vines around the feathered mask of one of the corpses, pulling it off, and then quickly retracting it as the eyes on the plate turn to face the sound, turn to face the direction of the sound you made. As you
And I put the mask on straight away.
put the mask on straight away, and the eyes sweep over your head, passing by as if they do not see you.
Cool.
Interesting.
Good to know.
The mask equals
In
some form of protection.
Yep.
Zinhorn wants to step into the room.
Okay. You climb out of the trapdoor into the room itself. This tomb is overgrown with moss and creepers. A stone sarcophagus rests on a stepped dais in the middle of the floor. On the wall behind the sarcophagus, 2 large statues of bears grip a 5-foot diameter bronze disc embossed with a dozen glaring eyes. 6 desiccated corpses slump on stone thrones in niches along the walls. Each corpse wears a black mask made of paper mache and feathers. An arched crystal window to the east offers a view of the tunnel beyond.
And nothing sort of like the eyes that haven't seen me.
No, the eyes continue sweeping the room, and every time they come to you, they just keep moving on. Also, with your passive perception, you notice that in the wall behind one of the thrones to the south, you can make out a stone door carved into the panels of the wall, leading to a room further south.
I'm back as well.
Zinhorn wants to move to the next chair.
Yep.
Let's go. I can't actually ask my question because I'm not in the room.
Move to the next sarcophagus. The
Statue.
figure sits slumped in the chair, and it does not protest as you reach out and take the mask off its face.
And then I grab one more, and then I head back to the trapdoor.
Yep.
So I've got mine and 2 other masks.
Move to the next corpse and pull the mask off its face. Once again, the corpse makes no protest. You then go back to the trapdoor, crawl through, and emerge on the other side, proffering the 2 masks that you grabbed.
So, turns out these masks mean that we don't get seen by the eyes that are lurking.
Interesting. And nothing happened to the corpses that wore them when you took them from them?
No, they just stayed there. So there's another 3 in there, so if people do wish to come in, I've got some masks and I can definitely get more, depending on who wants to come in.
I think, and I'm just speaking not from the voice in my head, but from... I feel like, sort of looks back at Onyx, some of us are probably better off just sitting out while this is happening unless something goes wrong.
I wish I had a webcam.
Wongo's voice in Onyx's head just shouts, "Go in the tomb, smash the sarcophagus, and tear the heads off all the corpses!"
Is this the part where you say why, or are you just going to go along with this madness?
I'm just standing there listening to him.
Yeah.
Zinhorn walks over and gives Alessander and Ava the masks.
A mask, yep. So, Alessander, would you like to accompany Zinhorn back into the room?
I feel like Solution is very low on health.
Yes.
So it should be- And Onyx already has a friend in his head.
So, yes. Well, I suppose this one could either be for you or Ava at the moment. I will accompany you nonetheless.
So
Okay.
Zinhorn,
Well,
Ava,
very
and
well.
Alessander crawl through the tunnel emerging in the tomb. The eyes on the plate slowly scan the room and they just pass over you. Zinhorn, you notice in the room that each of the stone thrones has on top of it a big black brazier filled with firewood.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I check the sarcophagus so we know whose room this belongs to?
Yes,
We
you
haven't
walk,
actually ascertained that yet.
you walk over to the sarcophagus, and there is a picture of what appears to be a small bear carved into the lid.
Small bit.
According to the lore that you have now memorized, this would be the tomb of Obo Laka the Zorbo.
Ooh. Wise. This might be Zinhorn's.
I feel like it's Zinhorn.
Yep. So would you
Or
like
Ava,
to,
but
or
probably more
Ava.
Zinhorn.
So would you like to try to open the sarcophagus?
I was gonna say,
First of all,
involving-
Zinhorn wants to grab 2 more masks,
Yep.
and then just take them and plop them there and says, if we need you, make sure you're wearing these to come inside. But stay out for now.
So you said each like corpse had a brazier of firewood.
Fire,
above it.
yeah, firewood above it. But there is no, they don't appear to be lit. They're not lit. You don't know if they're just to light the room or if they have any.
Again, there's no writing of any kind, there's just the
No
symbol
writing.
itself.
Yeah,
Can I look behind the stone thing with the eyes on it?
you look behind the stone, the disc and the statues of the bears, and behind it there's nothing, just a blank wall.
What do we know? So 3, 4 words. What's open? Strength to the time.
I'm trying to work out. I mean, my head says that maybe lighting the braziers might be how we'd get the sarcophagus to open, but at the same time, I don't know if that's just a. It's very easily
Whoops.
trapped.
I just
I don't
realised
know.
that. There we go.
Hmm?
Oh, no,
Whoops.
never mind.
Mm,
No, I realised that the stream was still focused on a picture of the giant cube. Like they hadn't like it hadn't actually showed you entering this area, so
it's
right.
fine. Cube
Yeah.
is fine. Everyone look at gaze and wonder at the cube.
Look at the cube that was cubed.
The Zorbo was into cooking, so decided to make a stew for all the good, from the good qualities.
Yes, but as we've already proven, some of the stuff they have in these tombs doesn't actually.
Yes. So can Zinhorn go over and inspect the wood and everything just to
yep.
have a bit of a look?
So you take a look at the braziers, each in turn, and you determine that there doesn't appear to be anything magical about them, and you can't see any sort of mechanism. They're just, if you had to guess, they're just here to light the room. However, as you're examining the brazier above the secret door leading to the south, you do hear, coming from the other side of the stone door, a low hissing sound, mixed in with running water.
So there's a hiss from behind here, and water. So is it time to check the sarcophagus, or?
Yeah, if you want to check the sarcophagus,
Like check, obviously not open.
you could try to open it. You can see if it will open.
Let me just investigate it first before we do anything else.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, make an investigation check.
Because I can easily light all of the braziers if we need.
Same. Yeah, for firebolts, which I definitely have.
Yeah, Druid craft.
22.
You give it a thorough check, Alessander, and the sarcophagus doesn't appear to have any mechanisms or catches that you can notice. Indeed, it looks as if the lid is just loosely placed on top, and with nothing holding it down.
What was that? What was that middle part?
No catches or mechanisms. It looks like the lid is just sitting loosely on top of the sarcophagus.
Nothing holding it down. No locks or mechanisms. That being said, there wasn't any on Moa's sarcophagus, and that ended well. Do we want to try lighting the torches first?
Zinhorn goes and uses Druidcraft and lights one of the braziers.
Yep, you light one of the braziers to the north, and flickering flame light illuminates the tomb, but you don't hear any sound. It doesn't appear as if anything happens. I don't like it, says Ava, looking around the room.
Oh, that's right. I can fucking talk with Ava. I keep forgetting that because I'm controlling her, I can actually talk with her.
Yeah, you can actually talk as her.
Ava thinks that, according to the riddle, we've fulfilled all the...
Yeah.
Unless this is the same as Wongo's tomb, where you're going to get attacked no matter what you do. This one is literally just wear the mask to
wear
succeed.
the mask. There's nothing referring to braziers or anything like that.
Zinhorn tells them to head back and just wait near the trap door.
Yep.
And he's going to attempt to open the sarcophagus.
Hey, make an athletics check, please, Zinhorn.
That is a
Do we
+6, so that would lit 1.
Okay.
Yep.
That is a 24.
You groan and hear the sound of scraping stone as you slide the lid away, and the bones of a Zorbo lie in a dusty pile within the sarcophagus. A silver ring rests atop the pile. You quickly determine that it is a ring of protection.
Oh? What do?
If it's anything like...
Yeah, it's a ring of
Zinhorn's
protection. It's a ring of protection. It gives the wearer a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws while they wear it.
Zinhorn reaches down and picks it up.
Okay. As you touch the ring, the dust swirls into the shape of a small, feral bear-like creature that billows towards you with a ghastly roar. A female voice says, "I'm sorry to trouble you, sir, but do you mind if I take residence inside your head?"
I figure Zinhorn gets the friendly one.
Hey, mine's friendly enough.
No, he's fucking
It's psychotic.
It's just like a nut job.
They can be friendly.
Zinhorn just looks over and goes, "My name is Zinhorn Allura. I am a druid who has spent most of my life in nature."
Obulaka, and of course, I highly respect the druids. That routine, waking up at the crack of dawn, attending to the trees and animals, going to bed as the sun goes down. Oh, it sounds lovely, says Obulaka as the spirit settles into your mind. You are now possessed by Obulaka. Obulaka the Zorbo is nervous and obsessive. While inhabited by Obulaka, you gain the following flaw. I am risk-averse and a slave to routine. While Obulaka inhabits you, you can attune to one additional magic item.
Oh shit. Solid.
And that ring will acquire attunement.
And there's the achievement slot on.
If you
That actually...
plan to use it for that, or...
That's interesting, because... I can then remove the Amulet of Armor, because it... And then still have the Orb of Necrotic. Okay. So I was just thinking out loud then.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So, does anyone else notice that that symbol is a koala?
Yeah, it's a koala.
Hell yeah. We got fluff. So risk averse, so it doesn't actually, you don't want to do anything risky now.
You're going to be
Okay.
extremely cautious, essentially.
Oh!
This is my world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you're already doing, so...
Welcome to my world.
So
Oh my
Zinhorn
God.
now retreats out of the room
Yep.
and sits on the other side of the trapdoor and goes, so...
Ah, nice and safe here, says Obalaka. I didn't like that room. It seemed very dangerous.
The eyes were everywhere.
So,
And
Zinhorn's
Zinhorn's going to keep the mask on.
Do you tell Onyx and Lucian what's in the room?
Well, I just pull out the ring and show off the...
Wongo shouts, "Oh, there could be more treasure in there! Go! In!
Well, oh, I don't hear that.
No.
No. Is,
And I can't say anything, I'm just...
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right, he's fucking mute. Ah, shit.
Go! I want to know what's behind that secret door! Go! Check it out!
I mean, you can talk to him, but we can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can talk to him, I'm just, at the moment, choosing to ignore him because he made me silent. So... I'm still getting used to the fact that I am fairly magically useless at the moment.
Yep.
Yep.
So what would you like to do? There is still the secret door to the south.
We already have the staircase to work. Let's...
Yeah, to go
Right
down.
there.
But you do know there is something to find on each level of the tomb, and you don't seem to have found what you're supposed to find on this level yet, so...
No, that's kind of an issue. Probably shouldn't go further down until we find what we're looking for, I guess.
Well, the sign did say don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, we should probably find what we're meant to be looking for first.
I do mention to the others about the secret passage on the other side of the room.
Yeah, and Wongo immediately says, "Ah, let's check it out! There could be treasure on the other side, let's go!"
And before we go jumping head first, we definitely will need the mask to get through this first room. The room with all the eyes. And there was some sort of kissing coming from the other side.
Oh, I don't like that, says Obalaka. Oh, please, check everything before you open the door.
Ah, jeez, ah, jeez.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Okay, so...
Zinhorn just has a mental conversation with Obalaka and says, I know that you're scared, I know that you're nervous, but there are certain things that we need to do. I will do my best to keep you safe. Just relax. You're in good brains now.
So we can't go any
then you-
further down until we find what we're meant to be looking for.
Well, you can, it's just you're encouraged not to.
Oh, no, the fact that we're encouraged not to is a straight fucking red light of don't friggin' do it.
So
I'll
Lucian
be back in a sec.
and Onyx don their masks, and you all meet up in the...
I know I can't hear what he's saying, but I am definitely keeping an eye and staying in close proximity to Onyx just in case.
Okie dokie.
So what would you like to do? Zinhorn's pointed out the door, and as you draw closer to it, you can all hear that hissing, that coming from the other side of the
So
door.
what kind of hissing is it exactly?
Sounds like not... It doesn't appear to be an animal hissing. It appears to be more like a... Keep in mind that you can hear running water and... Sounds like air being let out of something. And meanwhile, Obalaka is saying, "Oh, I don't like this. Please, let's all stand back as we open it." And Wongo is just going, "Bash that door down. Who cares what's on the other side?"
I'm going to...
chilling in my head.
I'm just going to walk forward and open the door.
You walk forward and push open the secret door. A cloud of flammable gas billows into the room. You've lit one of the braziers. Please, I need everybody to make a dex save.
Shit! Well, we just nuked the fucking room.
Okay.
Dex was plus 3. 18. Well, this is gonna hurt. Oh shit! Did anyone think the heal solution? How much health does he fucking have? We don't
So
know.
Lucian's had his second wind. He's got just above 20 hit points.
So I just got back.
Good! Yay!
Yeah, so Smithy, Onyx opens the secret door. That hissing sound was flammable gas, and it's billowing into the room, and you've lit one of the braziers, so you need to make a dex save.
Oh,
Ava got 18.
18.
Onyx got 16.
that is a dex save of 21.
So luckily, that is a pass for everyone, so
Yay!
everyone takes 14 points of fire damage as the flames ignite the flammable gas and flames whoosh through the room, burning all of the corpses and moss to a charred crisp before dissipating. The gas and the flames are gone, but the room is still filled with intense heat.
Well, that was fun.
I walk through the door and put my feet in the water.
Walk through the door, you put your feet in the water of the underground river, and it comes up to about your knee. It doesn't appear to be very deep at all.
Oh, good. Alright, so actually he's a kobold, he's short as shit.
Well, on a kobold, it'll come up to about his waist.
Nifty. Okay.
So just above the shin for everyone else. And the water seems to be...
If we had...
The water seems to be...
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just if we had time before we go in, could I cast water breathing on everyone?
Oh yeah, you can.
Just as a precaution. I'm not saying it's going to get worse, but I don't want to take chances with anything anymore.
You
And I'm not
cast...
even the one possessed by the cautious spirit.
See, this is why I told you to check, says Obalaka. Don't step in that water until you know we're gonna be safe. No.
Well, everyone else is these spirits that are going on, and mine's just like, just be honest.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't care.
Yeah, no, he doesn't care
Just
about...
kind and... Yeah, Moa is kind and friendly and honest, and that's it. That's all of his shtick.
I like mine.
Yeah, you would, you frickin' nutcase.
So Alessander casts water breathing as she and Zinhorn and Lucian and Ava step out into the underground river. The water on everybody who is of medium height comes up to just above your shin. For those who are small height, it comes up to just above your waist. The water is cold and chills you, but there doesn't appear to be anything dangerous about it.
Hooray!
You can see by looking at the water that it's flowing from a cavern. It's flowing from further south down the passageway and seems to be travelling north.
So it's the whole way along. It's like it's up to knee.
Yes, seems to be.
Xenon's going to cautiously step into the water and sort of head to the corner there and see to the south and
To
see.
the south, okay. So Zinhorn, you step into the water and wade a bit down the cavern to the south. And you see, at the end of this cavern, water pours from cracks and seams in the rough walls of this cavern, whose floor is a muddy pool that flushes out into the tunnel beyond. Just above the pool's surface, a large treasure chest dangles from rusty chains embedded in the ceiling.
Point this out to the others and to Ava and say, do you think you could hit those the chains there?
Well, yeah, it'd be quite easy to hit the chains, but the water's not dangling high enough that you won't be able to reach it.
Hmm.
Go, open it! Shouts one guy. I don't know what's inside! No, Balaka just says, please, check it for traps first.
So I was going to say, if Ava knocks it down, that might drift towards us, and we don't even have to go into there.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. What would you guys like to do?
Ava's willing to give it a try.
Do we investigate the traps before? Like,
Well, you have to go into the cavern. You have to go into the cavern. Well, unless you want to wait for Ava to shoot it down and wait and see if it drifts towards you.
We could try.
So if Ava's going to do that, Zinhorn's going to be just sort of like behind her around the corner.
Yep. So if you want Ava to shoot at the chains, I would like you to please roll for Ava an attack. The AC of these chains is 18.
Ava would like to hit the chest first and then the chains.
Okay, very well. No roll required for the chest. Ava raises her bow and fires an arrow at the chest. The arrow hits the chest and bounces off, splashing into the water below.
Okay, I'm going to hit the chains then.
Alright, go ahead, roll, and it is 18.
That's a 21.
Ava raises her bow, tightens the string, and shoots an arrow. She hits each of the chains one by one. They break, and the chest falls off. And then as it hits the pool, it begins to sink fast.
Zinhorn reaches out with his, like, as soon as it started to drop, Zinhorn reached out with the vines to grab onto the chest.
Yep. You lash out your vines, wrap them around the chest, and try to pull whatever is in this chest is extremely heavy, and it's starting to pull you down towards the pool. Please make an athletics check.
Can
On
I grab
would
him?
like to grab him.
Yeah, alright,
Yeah.
you can make it
Oops.
with advantage in that case.
That is a 17 and an 18, so that is a 24.
24, with Onyx and Alessander holding on. Zinhorn, you pull the chest out of the pool, which now you notice is extremely deep, at least 10 feet deep from where you're standing, and you drag the chest along the river until it's in the cavern with you all right at the foot of the steps.
Zinhorn just goes to the steps, looks at his vines and goes, "You guys are extremely helpful. I appreciate every single thing. I will give you all of the attention and the love and support as soon as we get out of this thing here."
You take a look at the chest, and a keyhole shaped like a cackling demon skull decorates the front of the lid. Encircling the keyhole, a tiny inscription in common reads, "I devour all but the greatest of thieves."
Oh no. Yeah, no, Ava says don't open that.
All but the greatest of thieves.
Why not?
Well, I'm guessing if you fail, you get eaten.
Maybe, but it's no longer suspended above that pool in the room that it's meant to be in. So the fact that it's not in the room that it's meant to be in may mean something.
We have thieved it pretty good.
Yeah,
Can I roll?
Is it
can I
locked?
do an Arcana? Yeah, it's locked. But can I do an Arcana check to?
Yes, you make an Arcana check, please.
Whilst he does that, Zinhorn wants to go to like the other side and sort of have a look and see, make sure there's nothing else down that other way.
That's a 26 on the Arcana check.
So, Alessander, you cannot detect anything magical emanating from the chest, and Zinhorn, you see nothing on the back. The only thing that draws your attention is the keyhole, and it appears as if this thing is attached to some sort of trap. It's purely mechanical.
Sorry, I was wanting like down to the east.
Oh, to go down to the east, yes. You peer down the east, and you see that the river just goes onwards, further off into darkness.
Okay.
Okay.
Lysander, would you like to attempt a Thieves' Tools check?
I have no idea what the hell. Just managing my options. So it's purely mechanical, so I can't. Can I roll an intelligence to see if I can work anything about this mechanism, or is that not how that works?
No, you can investigate it.
Okay, I want to give an investigation as well, because as you said, paranoid about everything. That is a non-nat 20.
So you investigate the keyhole and you peer inside it and you notice that it doesn't appear to be a traditional keyhole at all. No, you can't think of any type of key that would fit in here. It appears to be a lock that is simply there just for the sake of picking.
I have 2 points of inspiration. Does anyone want me to give this a go?
Go, go, go! Shouts Wongo in Onyx's head.
Yeah, well, Onyx is just like, you do whatever you want. It's not going to harm me if you fail.
Yeah.
And Ava has given her 2 cents.
Yeah.
Zinhorn, listening to the voice in his head, goes, "We've checked everything. We can't see anything obvious.
It appears you just need to pick it.
I think it's and we need something before we go downstairs. And unless there's something else we've missed, this might be it."
I hate myself for doing this, but...
Make a Thieves' Tools check.
Oh boy! Panda dice don't let me down. I'm gonna go spend a point of inspiration.
Go ahead.
Because single-digit rolls are a bad thing. Okay. I got a 21.
21. The DC is 22. You insert your Thieves' Tools into the lock and jiggle around trying to pick it. After a few seconds, you hear a click, and then the skull chomps down, neatly biting the end off your Thieves' Tools, rendering them useless.
Oh. Well. That's one trick I don't get to play anymore. And just see her wince in her head going, I will buy new Thieves' Tools, Bobbert. Seriously, calm down. Well...
Furthermore, as you don't have the end of the Thieves' Tools, because they're now inside the chest, you can't cast Mending to fix it.
Could I cast Mage Hand to retrieve the end of the Thieves' Tool?
If you could find a way to get your Mage Hand inside the chest.
Was the chomping a mechanical or a magical?
It appeared to be a mechanical thing.
Mechanical.
Do you want to try to pick it again, this time without your Thieves' Tools? Just do a straight dex check this time.
Wait, was I supposed to add dex to that roll as
Yeah,
well?
you are supposed to add dex to it.
You're supposed to have dex.
Okay,
Thieves'
so...
Tools?
I haven't been doing that this entire time.
Okay, well, in that case...
Oh!
Click
Hooray!
the skull...
Look. Entire campaign I've already played, and I'm still
Well,
learning.
usually you don't add a skill to tool checks, but Thieves' Tools you do.
Okay, well I didn't know that. I was working on every other time I've used the tool check, so...
So then...
Okay, well in that case, yay! Woohoo!
Click!
Success!
The skull keyhole smiles, and then the wooden lid of the chest slowly creaks open. The interior of the chest is lined with lead, and down the bottom of the chest, coiled up, is what appears to be a mechanical arm, now lying dormant. Near the mechanical arm, you see 6 bottles containing a bubbling red fluid and a rolled up piece of parchment.
Does the red fluid look familiar, or is this
Yes.
something new?
These are all potions of. Let me see which type. Not a potion of. They are potions of supreme healing.
Holy shit! And there's 6 of them?
Wow.
10d4 plus
Damn.
20 hit points.
How much?
10d4 plus 20 hit points.
Oh, hello.
And there's 6, so
Yes.
everyone gets 1, and Poster looks at the leftover one going, "And since I didn't die opening this, you don't mind if I hold the extra one, no?"
I think you've earned it.
So one potion of supreme healing.
Healing, Jesus Christ.
Furthermore, you grab the piece of paper and you unfurl it, and it is a scroll of greater restoration.
Oh.
Ooh.
So what is Supreme? It's 10d4 plus
20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay. What's a greater?
Greater is
4.
2d.
44 plus 4.
Yeah, 44 plus 4. That's right.
Thank you.
So I'll just
putting it all
read.
down now.
I'll just read from the book. So the chest is locked and doesn't appear to be trapped. Picking the lock requires a successful DC 22 Dex check made using thieves' tools. If the check fails, the demon skull bites down on the thieves' tools and renders them useless. If the check fails by 5 or more, the lid will swing open and the mechanical arm will grab the character, pulling them into the chest. The lid will then shut behind them. The chain suspending the chest above the pool will then snap open, dropping the chest into the pool. It takes 5 rounds for the chest to reach the bottom.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I put water breathing on, because that would have killed me.
Yes.
Well then.
Luckily, Zinhorn is wise and.
Yeah, right, Zinhorn, and cool.
Yeah, you would have drowned.
Yeah. Damn, that would have been a scary 8 hours of trying to get out of the damn box.
Yep. And yeah, everyone else, yeah, you would have been fine. The only thing is that the inside of the chest, you may not have drowned, but you may have suffocated from lack of air.
Yeah, because it's lead-lined.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
fucking-
But
Holy
you got the
shit.
stuff inside, so Zin, would you like to follow Zinhorn down the tunnel and press on?
Well, first I'm going to hand Zinhorn the greater... Actually, considering I've been doing all this shit with a level of exhaustion, could we... depending on how long it's going to be before we take a long rest, could we use that now, or are we just going to...
The greater restoration, it's up to you.
One moment.
Does anyone mind if I use this now, or do you want to hold off on it? So honestly, I got incredibly lucky with that skill check, all things considered.
Up to you. Do you reckon with how much is left it's worth using it at the moment?
You've only got like 2 rooms left. Then you could probably
Alright,
find a
well,
place
we might
at a
hold
long
on.
rest.
We might hold off on it then.
Although when you were having a short rest, you could have spent 3 hit dice to cure your exhaustion. I would have allowed you to do that.
I mean, I could probably do that and just remove the friggin' HP I got back from that.
Yeah, if you want to.
I'm still gonna be alive, but I'm still gonna be very hurt as a result.
Yes.
Especially after the explosion. Alright, well, I might do that. Bullet.
So Zinhorn leads the rest of you down the underground river, walking quite a brisk speed as you're following the current. However, while you're moving in this water, it is considered difficult terrain, as about halfway down the river, it gets slightly deeper. It comes up to just below Onyx's torso and up to everyone else's waist. As you continue on, you eventually come to a portion of the river where it appears the current grows slightly stronger. It seems as if...
Having water walking.
seems as if the end of the river is drawing near. You continue making your way down, and eventually you see, stuck in the water, attempting to make its way out of here, trying to escape the current, you see a lone humanoid skeleton. However, there is something obviously wrong with it. Whether through force or magic, its skull has been deformed way beyond the ordinary shape it should have. The top of its skull is elongated in the shape of a sharp-edged rectangle with small bumps and grooves carved into the side. If you didn't know any better, you would say that the skull had been fashioned into the shape of a giant key.
A giant key, you say?
Yes. The skeleton hears you wading towards it. It turns around and from its back unsheaths a great sword. And then it struggles against the tide, trying to get to you. Please roll for initiative.
I guess we found our way out. That's an 18 for Alessander.
17.
20 for Ava.
Yep.
And a 7 for Onyx.
Onyx, yep. Okay, it's Ava's turn first.
Okay. I guess she's just gonna try and shoot it.
Yep, go ahead.
There's really nothing else that she can... Yeah, she's gonna try and shoot it twice.
Yep, go ahead, roll to hit it.
Thank God she's at the front, because that was a nat 1 for one of them, and a 23 for the others.
23, yep, that's a hit. Her arrows manage to pierce the rusted plate armor that the skeleton wears.
Okay, so that was 8 damage. Undead do not take psychic.
No, they do not.
So just 8 damage then.
Yep, it is the enemy's turn. The skeleton champion looks at you and his mouth at the bottom of the rectangular key-shaped skull twists into a cruel smile and he casts haste on himself.
Oh no.
He now gets a second action from that.
Mm-hmm.
So he attempts to wade towards you in the difficult terrain. He can only move 30 feet though, so 5, 10, 15, and no further. It is now Zinhorn's turn.
Wasn't Alessandra?
Oh, sorry, Alessander's turn, yes.
Do we know if undead can be charmed or not? So we've faced a lot of them at this point.
You could probably try to charm it. You've never tried to charm an undead, so you don't know what will happen.
So Zinhorn's right after me, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Alessander looks over to Zinhorn going, you still have that big tidal wave spell thing, yes?
I do, yes.
Well, if this fails, get ready to use that.
Okay.
Alessander's going to, I'm within 30 feet of it, aren't I?
5, 10, 15. Yeah, we're within 30 feet.
Yep. Alessander raises her hand and is going to use her once per day use of suggestion on the skeleton champion. Just goes, that's a nice sword you have there. Do be a dear and drop it for us, though.
He's going to make a wisdom save. So that is a
Can be
9.
charmed,
That is
a big old
that is a
fail.
9. That is a fail. So he's going to use his indomitable ability, where he re-rolls a failed saving throw and must use the new roll. And the new roll is a 12, which is still a fail.
It still failed. So
He
if he
looks at,
drops the sword in the water, would the current pick it up?
he holds the sword out in front of him, and then you see him shrug, and he lets go of the sword. It drops into the water, and the current starts to slowly carry it away.
Wonderful.
It is
Well,
now.
he's disarmed. He's
He's
disarmed.
disarmed,
Give it to him
yes.
as you will.
It is now Zinhorn's turn.
So do we still want to attack him if he's suggested, or will that break it?
Well,
he's already done the thing that...
Yeah, he's already done the thing, so... And if he wants to pick up his sword, he has to go chase it and pick it up again, so...
So if you, like, want to hold him, do something that can, like, hold him, or just try and damage him, because at the moment he can't do a whole lot to us without a sword.
How far away is the sword?
So the sword, he dropped it. I'll just put a token to mark the sword. His sword will be here currently.
I mean, if you wanted to be a dick, you could do tidal wave behind it to just push the sword all the fucking way down.
Well, I did have another thought. Would Zinhorn know how much a sword like that would weigh?
Yeah. You'd have a rough idea.
Would it be no more than 10 pounds?
Yeah, no more than 10 pounds.
Zinhorn would like to cast Mage Hand and pick the sword up.
Yep. You sweep out your mage hand, pick the sword up, and pull it towards yourself, and drop it at your feet. The skeleton watches as the sword sails over his head, and he slowly reaches up, trying to grab it, but moving stiffly like a puppet. He's not fast enough.
Oh, then. That works.
Just passes the sword back to Alison. I believe this is now yours.
Had no use for it, but it would look nice with that being in his hands.
It is
Pop that in the meat bag.
It is Sir Lucian's turn. He moves 5, 10, 15, raises his 2 javelins and hurls them at the skeleton champion. The first one bounces off, the second one hits and deals 12 points of damage. It is Onyx's turn.
Onyx is
Going to...
can't
Can't cast magic.
No. I guess I'm just gonna run up to him.
Yep. 5, 10, 15. Puts you in the same square as Ava.
Even though I'm going... Oh, yeah. Because it's up to my chest.
Yeah. It's difficult terrain.
Can I just like take a deep breath and float down the river towards him?
Oh, if you want to, yeah. Take a deep breath. You float down the river, lying on your back.
You have water breathing. You don't have to hold your breath.
Yeah. You just glide. You just go limp. You just go limp. Retract your arms and legs, go into a ball shape, and let the river carry you towards the skeleton.
Pop up next to him, smile at him, summon my shadow next to him, because that's not a verbal, that's just
Yep, that's just something you could do.
something I can do. And then can't use any of my fucking smites. I'm just gonna whack him.
Yep, go ahead, roll to hit him.
And is this technically advantage because he's flanked?
Yes,
or...
he's flanked, yep, so technically advantage.
That was so close to a nat 20. That was 18 and 19 plus
Wait,
my
don't
9.
you get the extra damage off his shorts? Oh wait, no, you're not using the shorts, are you?
Actually, yep, that's a hit. Those are both hits, because with haste, his AC is 20.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so that was my Warhammer to start off with. Yeah, my Warhammer this round. So that's... if I floated down, I wouldn't have had my shield, so I would have been two-handing it. So that's a D10. That's 6 plus 4. That's 10 damage, and then I'm going to get my shadow to attack as well.
Yep. And that's also with advantage.
Yeah, so that's 13 plus 9, so 22.
That's a hit.
That is 5 plus 4, 9 damage.
Ooh, nice. You blast
And now I've just got him locked up.
You blast the skeletal champion off his feet, and the water starts to carry him away. He scrambles for the rock face and digs his skeletal claws into it and pulls himself back up, and he just stares at you with his eyes burning with hatred. It is now Ava's turn.
Ava, please don't get in that one. She's going to attack him twice.
Yep.
27 and 26.
Those are both hits. Roll the damage.
That is 12 and 7. That's 19 damage.
Nice. Portions of his rib have been shot away by her arrows. It is his turn. He laughs as he casts Blinding Smite, and then swings his bony.
Isn't that a sword?
He swings his bony claw at Onyx.
Oh. I was just gonna bitch slap you.
That is a nat 20.
Of course it fucking is.
Ow.
So first of all, you take D4. So his unarmed attack. You take.
Can I counterspell his blinding smite?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, fuck it, fuck you.
All right. You counterspell his blinding smite. He still hits Onyx, but this time it's only 6 points of bludgeoning damage from his hand.
So that brings me down to that. Okay.
He then makes another multi-attack, swinging at Onyx again. This time it's a 22.
Yep.
Onyx, you take... You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And then using his second action from haste, he casts Misty Step and emerges right behind Alisander.
Oh no! Shocker.
It is now Alisander's turn.
Cool, so he's just standing directly in front of me now. Alright. God damn it. I don't know how skeleton champions go as far as... Wait, skeleton champion... The undead usually don't take damage from necrotic energy, do they?
They
'Cause it's
don't
kinda
usually.
hit
I would just hit him with your staff, because skeletons are vulnerable to bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Wait, vulnerable to bludgeoning?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, this one is.
When I used my Warhammer, did you double my damage?
I did, yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well... we'll get to use that cantrip eventually. Never mind, in the meantime, smack him with a stick. And that is a plus 9, 26.
That's a hit. Roll your damage. Double it.
Yep, because I'm doing it with 2 hands. That's a D8. Oh boy, this is going to be max damage. So that's 8 plus 4. I believe that's how this works.
Yep, that's 12,
Yeah.
24 damage.
No, wait, no, it's D8. For some reason it has because it's plus 5 because of the quarter stuff. So that's actually going to be 13 and then doubled.
Yes, the 26. Ooh, you
Yep,
shatter a
just
portion
smack.
of his. You shatter a portion of his spinal column, and he falls forwards into the water, attempting to crawl towards you before he's sucked into the current and pulled away. Ah! And as he's pulled away, you and Zinhorn get attacks of opportunity against him.
Oh, goody. Well, I mean, if you're going to let me get another swing at him.
Lucky I have a nice new sword.
Oh, that's so close to a crit.
That's an 18 to hit.
Mine was 19 plus 9, so yeah, I'm guessing mine hits.
Yep, that's a hit. Roll your damage.
And that is 10 points of damage.
Mine's at 5 plus 5, so 10. Mine's 20 points of damage. Just watch him float away, you just see her sort of shrug and go, this is just getting sad now. Whack.
Thwack! You bring your weapons down on the skeleton champion. He looks up at you and he goes, till we meet again! And his body fades into dust before your eyes, leaving only the key-shaped skull behind.
Wait, what did he say?
He said, until we meet again!
Oh, does that mean we're going to fight him more than once? That's
Yes.
fun. At least I know how to render him almost completely useless.
Combat is over, and as his key-shaped skull drops into the water, it's caught by the current, which starts to carry it slowly away.
Well, I mean, we're all here. We might as well.
Yep, reach out and grab it. I'd like someone
Yeah.
to please make a dex check.
Who's got the best? Oh, who's grabbing it?
I mean, just start down the line.
Yeah.
Well, I
Next for
I
you
do
and
also
Tim.
have I do also have some very handy vines
Yeah, and I have Mage Hand, but we'll try
And-
this first.
and a mage.
13.
13. Yeah, you reach down, you grab it, and hoist it up, and you now have a giant skeleton key.
Well, that was something. I suppose this must have been the thing we needed to go downstairs. I assume. What else is downriver though?
You want to keep going downriver?
No, how's everyone else looking?
Onyx is just kind of standing that direction, just tapping his foot underwater.
Hmm. Giant skull key. Okay, well, do we wish to continue?
Yes.
Feel sorry for that poor champion. He lost his sword and then just kind of.
Yeah, you kind of neutered
nothing.
him.
I neutered his ass. Between that and the counterspell and the blinding sweats, like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
None of that.
convincing him to drop his
No.
sword.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold that suggestion just in case if we have to keep finding this guy again. I already know exactly how to deal with his ass.
You continue on down the river, sped up by the current, which seems to be carrying you further to the east, and you eventually come to the end of the river. Let me see which room it is. Ah, there we go. The underground river plunges into a dark, rocky chasm. Cold air swirls up from below like the breath of some monstrous creature. Through the gloom, you spot an ornate treasure chest resting on a ledge opposite.
How far down does this drop look?
You peer over the edge. At the bottom of the drop, you could see what appears to be a vast underground lake. You would hazard a guess that it's about 120 feet down.
Okay. Well, I did have a spell that would have allowed me to just easily go around this, but technically, well, suggestion doesn't count. No, I still have a spell slot left. Okay. Man, look at me go, counting backwards from 3. How exciting!
Do you feel that this chest on the ledge opposite is worth your time to check out?
Hmm. Well, what do you guys think?
Onyx is nodding his head vigorously, but he's still standing at the
looks and
back.
goes,
Yeah.
Oh, right, I should... Alessandro looks cheekily and goes, maybe I should start making it only
Yeah.
so you can answer verbally, get a vote.
Wongo just shouts, "Yeah, get the chest, get the chest!" Meanwhile, Oberlacher in Zinhorn's head is saying, "Don't you think it's a bit out of the way?" And Moa in Alessandra's head is saying, odd place to put a chest, don't you think?
Oh, how far away is the chest?
So from where you stand at the edge of the waterfall, it's about 20 feet away.
Zinhorn says to the others, "Hold on to me," and out go those trusty vines. So I want to see if it's like how heavy it is. Like, can it be picked up? And
How much can the vines pick up?
that is a good question. They
Okay. Mr. DM, man, how much
Yep.
can the vines pick up?
what's a creature weighing 200 pounds?
Yes, they
Oh,
can.
oh, wow. Okay. I mean,
they can reach it and we hold on to you,
Yeah, if you want to.
then get Sir Lucian and myself to hold on to him, or actually Onyx would probably be better strength-wise since
Yep.
I'm still.
So you want to go across with him, Alessander?
I thought he was just using the vines to
Oh,
grab
to-
the chest and
Oh,
bring
to
it back.
grab the chest and pull it across? Is that what you're doing, Zinhorn?
Yeah. Or at
Okay.
least going to attempt to, yeah.
So as you lash out your vines and start to wrap them around the chest, the lid of the chest opens, revealing gnashing teeth and a long tongue.
Bring it back.
As the
Bring it
spitting
back.
mimic,
Retreat.
as the spitting mimic goes, and hawks out a globule of acid towards you, Zinhorn, and he's gonna roll to hit you with that acid.
I love the Monster Manuals Expanded or the Time of Beasts, whichever one you fucking used.
Yeah,
Monster
great.
Manual expanded for this.
I'm just really glad no one physically went over this. That was a really good idea. So we just...
Zinhorn, you need to make a dex save, please.
A dex save. That is 18.
18. Okay, you take 19 points of acid damage. As the
19 points
spitting
of
mimic
acid.
hits you.
19 points of acid.
And then, gnashing its teeth further, it jumps up and down and tries to lunge at you. Ah! But it lunges too short and goes down the
That
hole.
was beautiful.
You watch its tongue flailing in the air as it screams, and then at the end of the fall you hear a little pop as it splashes in the water down below.
Serves you right.
What it's supposed to do is whoever steps over there, it's supposed to try to knock them into the hole by lunging at them.
Nice.
That's what it's meant to do.
I mean, sorry about the acid damage, but other than that,
Yeah.
that was fun.
Yeah.
Also, that was yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, so
Okay,
actually, if you want to try to make your way over to the ledge, that might be a safe place to rest.
Oh, yeah.
Can we all fit on it?
It's what? It's
Yeah, that's only like...
roughly 10 feet by 10 feet. It'd be cramped, but you could all fit on it.
I mean, if everyone's willing to give,
Is there like a
Onyx.
something that Onyx can...
yeah, if everyone's willing to give Onyx a minute or two, he can carve out with his mason tools.
Yeah, and extend to the ledge.
Huh.
All the while gathering materials to make some hilts. Handles.
Interesting.
So how would you like to get over there, Onyx?
I mean, if Zinhorn wants to carry me over.
Alright?
There's also a magic carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want Sir Lucian's carpet to take you over?
If he wants to.
Yeah.
I'm just miming
Yeah.
with my mason tools, carving
yeah,
out.
Imagine you just like pointing, then just like pointing at Sir Lucian and making like the wavy noise, wavy like hand motion to like fly over there.
I'm happy with either way.
Yeah, so
Carpets probably really have to do much of a roll for that, whereas Duffield,
Yeah.
the
Sir
vines would.
Lucian just says the command words and gestures for you to climb aboard the carpet. And the carpet hovers over the gap, and you peer over the edge and see that this is truly a huge way down, and would probably result in, if not death, at least the breakage of most of your bones if you were to take a tumble. But you reach the other side, step off the carpet, while Sir Lucian pilots it back over to the other side of the waterfall, so that the others may scramble on. And
Give me a couple of minutes, and I
Yep.
would like to carve it out. If I'm trying to carve it out to keep pieces workable into greatsword handles, would I need to make a check for that, or
yes.
I would like to try and do that?
Okay, go ahead and make a check.
Okay. Maybe today I won't. That was a 6.
Yeah, you managed to extend the cliff, digging carving away bits of the wall to extend the area you could stand on, but you destroy most of this rock. You just turn it into
That's fair.
bits of gravel and dust, and you won't be able to use it to make a hilt.
That's fair. If I fail the check, that's fine. But we now have a rest area, so...
Yay.
And I feel right at home, because this is in a cave.
Yeah. So, yeah, you clamber onto Lucian's carpet, and he brings you over onto the platform. You step off, and despite the fact that it's opposite a waterfall that leads down to a vast underground lake, this platform itself is dry and somewhat warm. Isolated
Thanks,
from
Jimmy.
the
I was gonna say.
freezing cold of the water that billows down opposite you.
I was gonna say, it's probably kept warm because the mimic constantly sitting on it, but...
Yeah.
During a long rest, you only need 6 hours of sleep, don't you? Or do you need the full 8?
I
Yes.
Well, it depends on who you are.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, if you're an elf, not as big of an issue.
Okay. Eat and sleep.
So, whilst this is happening, Zinhorn's going to take off the Amulet of Armor.
Yep.
And then he's going to attune to the Ring of Protection, and he's going to also attune to the Necrotic Orb again.
Yep.
And say that someone else can take this if they'd like.
So what was the one you're not attuning to?
The Amulet of Armor, which grants +1 to AC, but every time you take a critical hit, it has a 20% chance of just breaking. Somehow has lasted this whole time. It's bold.
Yeah, I give credit for that. Honestly,
Like I said, it was paired with a Masterwork armor.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that would be
Negated criticals. I would like to take it back, but I've already got my 3
fine.
attunement.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually unattune to the Dark Shard amulet so I can attune to the Serpent Staff.
Yes, good idea. And so, as Alessandra
Good luck with
casts
stuff.
her, are you going to cast the tiny hut, or are you guys
Oh
just
hell yeah,
fine?
always.
Yep,
Yeah,
alright.
yeah, definitely casting that shit.
You
I
cast,
don't care how safe we quote
It
unquote
looks,
are
yes.
up here, fuck you.
you cast Leoman's tiny hut, and the magical field of warmth encases around you in this tiny ledge, and you spend the next 8 hours sheltering here on this ledge, opposite the waterfall, overlooking the vast underground lake, and you manage to rest peacefully for those 8 hours. The only thing of note that happens is about halfway through your rest, you hear a great rumbling coming from down below, and catch sight of something large and terrible moving under the surface of the lake.
That sounds about right.
And with
Oh, well, there
that,
goes my suggestion for next session.
No, we ain't dropping dead there.
Yeah.
and with that, we shall end this week's session. Well done, you have
Yay.
completed level 1 of the tomb, the Rotten Halls.
Okay, so working on this logic, it took us 2 sessions to get through the first level. So I hope you're excited for the next 10
12
weeks
weeks.
of us doing this. I mean, probably only took us this long to do the first level because we spent an hour in the
Yeah.
last session getting inside.
Well, I'm
What?
estimating 2 sessions per level. So
That
I'm
makes sense.
estimating it's going to be at least another 4 or 5 sessions in the tomb.
Fun.
And then after that, for the Lost City of Mesro stuff, about 6 to 8 sessions. So I'd say we're actually
Wow.
less
Oh,
than
wow.
20 sessions to go in this campaign.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my bobbit. No.
Whisper.
Yes. So, I would like to thank Pedican for the follow. I'd like to thank everyone who joined us today. It was a quiet day today. Everyone was just sort of engrossed in the paranoia of the tomb. And so we've had a few
Welcome to our
viewers,
world.
but no one's actually said anything. because they're I suppose just waiting for the moment when you all die. But thank you to
Probably.
everyone who joined us. We'll be back tomorrow for some more Call of Cthulhu. And we'll be back next week for some more Tomb of Annihilation as we descend into the next level of the tomb, the Halls of Horror.
Hooray.
Until next time, when you hear the hiss, don't light any flammables. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.